Welcome, this is Nuke Marine presenting the suggested guide for Japanese literacy self-study stream. This of course is a guide that will help take you from absolute beginner all the way up to advanced, assuming you get all the courses loaded. Currently it gets you up to just at the end of basic. Alright, let's see, a number of things happened today and yesterday. Not too much, I mean I'm just talking about as far as the whole Japanese thing is going. So yesterday I finished up to about lesson 73. So I went on here, finished up all the, let's see right here. Yeah, so I finished up all these right there, so that's all good. I guess what I should have done, I forgot to, is load up the, from here, the daily streaming. I forgot to load up and put those as well. That way it could be in the archives and whatnot. No big deal. Okay, also what I did, I went and printed out both the transcripts for Zettai Kareshi and Zettai Kareshi 2, episode 2, so I got those right there, about 30 pages. So again, that's how you look at it. You print out the transcripts, you get, you know, that's like a 30-page little novel, short novella that you can kind of read over, you know, take an hour or two, or take a little bit of time out of your day and read it out loud. What I'll be doing today at the end of this lesson, and the reviews and whatnot, I'll be doing something a little bit of what I did yesterday, which is subtitle karaoke, but I would call it J-drama subtitle karaoke or something like that. And what I'll do is I'll try to be a little bit more official about it, and I'll link to it and put it on the subreddit just to say, hey, this is one way you can have fun with the language. Or again, or if better yet, if you go on Discord, and if somebody's, well, actually, let me go make sure something. Link to it. Okay, so we got there, and we got one person watching in the stream. Yeah, not now. Yep, just setting up my screen. Alright, so what I could do is go into right here. We can go into Mumble, maybe we can go into the hello, come here. Maybe go into general voice and play off with that idea. And you know, basically it's like a whatever. Okay, we'll try to have. There are different ways you can do it. I'm going to be using Memorize. I'm going to kind of show it how you can probably use it with the a video player, however you want to do it. There's just different ways. It could be fun. Let's see, what else did I do? So yeah, copy the timelines, get ready. I am going to be prepping for grammar tomorrow and get that ready, and so I do have to do that. I do have to start prepping to get the intermediate courses, getting those ready to get posted. Also what I did yesterday, alright, so somebody posted this meme on Duolingo, because again, Duolingo is going to hopefully be having a Japanese for English speakers. So, not so derogatory. Now, it was this guy by Dinosaur Hay. He says someone who majored in Japanese language. He's curious, like how many people complete the Duolingo course, because he was saying, like, you know, 200 people start Japanese major, and then only 5 or 7 people graduate. Which, yeah, that sounds like it's a pretty darn good attrition rate right there. Japanese can be difficult if you just approach it like you just want to watch it for anime or whatnot, or reading or playing Japanese games. You probably don't feel like you need to get an entire degree, you know, again, a literature degree in Japanese for that. But what I did is I went and checked Memorize like I did before, and I kind of like guesstimated how many points a person would need in order to say that they've completed the that particular course. So roughly about, you know, like for hiragana you need about 100,000 points, katakana you need about 100,000 points, kanji you need about I think 200,000 points, I want to say, yeah, taiken basic, and these aren't the points, these are the number of people who have completed it. So 250 people had gotten those points for hiragana, 150 for katakana, kanji 170 people, taiken 140, and you can see the numbers go further and further down. Alright, that's, again, these all were started uploading on May of last year, not completed till technically recently. And again, I'm still going through and improving the courses. Like, again, I'll be improving the next set of vocabulary when I get to it. I'll be proofreading the grammar when I get to it, although Aculum has kind of proofread most of it, so it shouldn't be as big of a problem. So yeah, do that. So what I can do, since I already have this already set up, I can maybe, you know, every 3 to 6 months keep a tab on, okay, what's the completion rate going? So I don't really care about max points. I just care about who's hit a cutoff, a arbitrary. It's technically arbitrary, but the way I base it on is since you need to do 5 questions to count as learned. So those are the 5 questions that get repeated 6 times and it counts as being learned. So that's about, and you get about 2,000 points when you complete that. So what I did is divide the total number of questions by 5, multiply that by 2,000, and that's the minimum points that someone should have accumulated to at least qualify as completed, even if they didn't complete it by then. It's just that it counts as being completed as far as my numbers are concerned. And that sounds reasonable. And in that case, yeah, that's how I'm getting these numbers. That give me something that I can track with you know, just to see how well the course is. So okay, so I got these numbers, you know, so let's see how it looks in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months, and just keep a show how popular it is. So at least I can go and tell people, yeah, this is kind of like what's been happening in my course. And your course may vary. Obviously, this is a 5-hour course, so this is like a 3 to 5 hour course. 3 to 5 hour course is 30 to 45 hours. This is 10 to 15 hours, etc., etc. 20 to 30 hours right there, whatnot. And so again, it's obviously going to get lower and lower. But this at least gives you an idea, like, okay, how many people are wanting to continue on? Either they like it and they continue it, or they don't like it and they abandon it. But at least people who have stuck with it enough to finish get the points that count as being complete. And that should be an interesting metric to keep track of. Yeah, and it'll probably be easier because I don't know if you see completion rates in Duolingo or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. So yeah, that was just something that I figured out yesterday. And yeah, like I said, I'll doing the whole subtitle karaoke or something a little bit later. A little bit, and I'm just going to be using Memorize though. Let's see. And I posted that here, so let's do a refresh and see if anything new has popped up and go from there. Are Romaji or Hiragana katakana better than purely learning? Suited purely for learning? No. In fact, technically, even Romaji might be a little bit better technically. If you don't do straight Romaji, what you want to do is use pronunciation, like trying to simulate the pronunciation as the Japanese use it. You know, and you're not trying to like do a one-for-one replacing of hiragana katakana, because now you're just kind of, it might even be worse. What you want to do is, that's where Dogen mentioned about pronunciation, that the reason why his pronunciation may be stronger is that he started with not technically Romaji, but with kind of like the way we have in our dictionaries, in the English dictionaries, you have pronunciations which are different than how it's spelled. So how you pronounce a word may be different than how the word is spelled. Same thing happens in Japanese, how it's the katakana used, it's not necessarily how it's pronounced, based on the intonations that are used. And that's something that he was able to get to build strongly, because he kept it, just basically kept it as totally a spoken language at the beginning, in the way that he approached it, based on what he had said. I might be misremembering it, but I think that's pretty much how he wanted it. Okay, that said, I can begin. Let's see, and if you're watching here from a young gentleman who was, where'd he go? Huh? Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I gotta read that conversation, because it's about a guy who's developing, I'm not quite sure, he's kind of trying to sell his thing for Portuguese. He's been spending like a lot of time making kanji for Portuguese, but you know, he hasn't really learned the language yet. But anyway. Alright, but anyway, and yeah, the message has been pinned, so that's good. With that said, let's look back. Okay, so I got to do one review there, 30 for kanji, and then these 70 for zettai kureshi. Yeah, okay, we'll do all that, and then we'll move into the lesson. It'll be the final lesson. After that, I'll, if anything got popped up, finish those up, and do a little bit of drama karaoke, subtitle karaoke, and leave it at that. Then tomorrow start up with the grammar. I might look at grammar today, and whatnot, but it should be fun. Like I said, a lot of this is to have fun. The studying part, if you look at studying as being fun, that, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. Oh boy, I don't see it as a bad thing. Your mileage may vary. Let's go. Okay. Cool. ここなくなくす
なくす
なくす Okay. All done. Let's put this up in. All right. Next part's gonna be Zetai Karashi. Nitanja. Nitanja. Nitan. Shahakyo. Nitansha. Nitonsha. Nitonsha wa. Nitonsha wa kyo no nichiji. 12時までに出せば今日の12時までに出せば日本車は今日の12時までに出せば I know you can't hear it, but you know, I'm just reading it now. I know that because of the
出せる
出せる出せば出せる出るです出せるまずい delete that
まずいさあ何でしょう
さあ何でしょうさあ何でしょうまあそうですねなんでしょうまあそうですね Where are we at? Am I not seeing it? Okay. まあそうですね Seiza saying, hey, just passing by. Thanks for your work on Memorize. No problem. 姉ちゃん誰姉ちゃん Thank you.
伺う
伺おう伺おう伺おう
どうすんのよ
どうすんのよどうすんのよどうするのよどうすんのよ
提出
提出提出提出
急ぎ
急ぎAlright, so these are 11. Okay. Reason why I want to do after I'm doing this, so these are 11 reviews. So I've reviewed the first 6, and then there's like these have been 5 reviews thus far. So if you want to do the math, so there's the initial learning, the 6 times. Ooh, which technically is a lie. I just did auto learning, didn't I? I have to think about that. Alright, never mind. Let's keep going. Maybe this is a bad one to use on it.
彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃったってか
彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃったな来ちゃってた違ったか彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃったか見に来ちゃった違ってってか違ったってか彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃったってか
彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃったってか
彼氏が心配で見に来ちゃってってか違ったってか嘘電池切れ嘘電池切れ That's a good one 電池切れ
なんだこれ
なんだこれ なんだなんだこれ。
歌う
歌う歌う歌う。
手伝ってあげるから早く終わらせよ。
手伝ってあげるから早く終わせ。終われ終わら終わらせよ終わらせよ終わらせよ。手伝ってあげるから早く終わら終わらせるよ終わらせよ終わらせよ早く終わらせよ。手伝ってあげるから早く終わらせよ。
手伝ってあげるから早く終わらせよ。
手伝ってあげるから早く終わらせよ。
大丈夫かな。12時までにトラック出さなきゃいけないんだけどな。
大丈夫かな。12時までにトラックを出せなきゃいけないんだけどな。だけどな。だけどな。
大丈夫かな。12時までにトラック出さなきゃいけないんだけどな。
大丈夫かな。12時までにトラック出せなきゃいけないんだけどな。
お返し
お返しお返し。出張お返し。
じいちゃん
じいちゃんじいちゃんのシュークリームの味の覚えて。
兄ちゃん頑張ってよ。
兄ちゃん頑張ってよ頑張ってたよ。兄ちゃん頑張ってたよ頑張ってたよ。姉ちゃん頑張ってたよ。
トン
トン2トン2トントラック2トン車2トン車。 Alright, yeah, so these are all, yeah, so these are all showing as 11. Alright.頼んだよ。頼むわ。頼むよ。頼んだよ。はい。頼んだよ。はい。
親父
親父。親父さ。親父さ。おじいさんのシュークリームの味
終わ
は
らせる
表せる。終わらせる。Now let's bring this up. So, 終わる、終わらせる. So the way it's looking at, come on. Alright, so this is causative, to cause someone. So, 終わる、終わり, to finish something. This is cause someone to finish. So, 終わせる. It's like, させる. And this is られる、らせる. So this is 終わらせる, to make something finished. 終わらせる. And this is kind of the benefit of using that Japanese text analysis tool, is that they will show the different conjugations of verbs and treat them as its own word sometimes, as a number of times, like it did right there. Instead of it didn't just treat that as owaru and just assume that you know that. So understanding how owara seru is being used, and then when you read it in the drama, then maybe you kind of like get a feeling on what it means based on that, not just on your interpretation of the conjugation of what the verb should be, based on what you know the original verb is. It's how the Japanese are using the verb.
ご苦労さん
Gokurousan. Gokurousan. Like right here, it doesn't say right there, it's like that it's supposed to be mainly from a boss to the subordinate, based on the very similar. But if you're not sure, that's where it's also good to have someone who's there to natsukashi, talk to you about it. Natsukashi.
はい。リーコは最高の彼女ですから。
はい、リーコは最高の彼女ですから。はい、リーコは最高の彼女ですから。
じゃあ時間ないから急いで。はい。
じゃ
頼む。
じゃあ時間ないから急いでね。じゃあ時間ないから急いでね。 頼んだわ。はい。時間ないから急いでね。時間ないなら急いでね。
彼ならちょっとトイレに。
彼はちょっとトイレに大丈夫かな。彼はちょっとトイレに
おまけ
おまけ。ご苦労さん。頑張ったからおまけ2000円おまけおまけ。
あ、姉ちゃん彼女だろ。
ああ、姉ちゃん彼女だろう。ああ、姉ちゃん彼女だろう。え、
ないと。
もう大丈夫だよ。
ないともう大丈夫だよ。手伝ってあげるから早く終わらせるよ。終わらせよ。ないともう大丈夫だよ。
そういや兄ちゃんどこ行ったんだよ。
そういや兄ちゃんどこいたんだ。そういや兄ちゃんどこいたんだ。そういやどこ兄ちゃん。
ここで。
じゃあ急ぎだって言っといてね。
じゃあ急ぎだって言っといてね。そう、there you go。言っといてね。急ぎだって言っといてね。はい。じゃあ急ぎだって言っといてね。はい。
なんですよ。
お前どっかで勉強したの？
いえ、自己流ですけど。
記事作って。This is a little off on the audio.
なんですよ。
お前どっかで勉強したの？
Okay. 時期作ってきたんですよ。作ってきたんですよ。記事作ってきたんですよ。お前どこで勉強したの？記事作ってきたんですよ。お前どこで勉強したの？記事作ってきたんですよ。部下。俺の部下。
頼む
頼む。あんた最近頼んだよ。頼む。interesting。頼む。
大丈夫です。
大丈夫です。
ください。
任せてください。
じゃあ時間ない。
大丈夫です。任せてください。大丈夫です。任せてください。
いってらっしゃい。
いってらっしゃい。Don't have to worry about that.
いってらっしゃい。
いけないんだけどな。
あ、すぐ戻ってくると思うので。
じゃあ
すぐ戻ってくると思うので、すぐ戻ってくると思うので、戻ってくると思うので、もうすぐ戻ってくると思うので、すぐ戻ってくると思うので、さあ。
本日の夕方頃回収に伺います。
じゃあ本日の夕方頃回収に伺います。じゃあ本日の夕方頃回収に伺います。
本日の夕方頃回収に伺います。
本日の夕方頃回収に伺います。
地球
地球 子宮子宮子宮子宮No wonder. It is she. 子宮
見ちゃったんですよ、室長が書いたあれって。
見ちゃったんですよ、室長が描いた絵。見ちゃったんですよ、室長が描いた絵描いた絵
見ちゃったんですよ、室長が書いた絵あれって。
見ちゃったんですよ、室長が描いた絵
自己流ですけど。
いえ自己流ですけど。自己流 there's current, probably remember, so 自己流which is like self current right there, self current. 自己流ですけど、いえ自己流ですけど、お前どこで日本語を勉強したんだ。いえ自己流ですけど。
もし出かけるなら。
あともし出かけるなら鍵ポストに入れていて。あともし出かけるなら鍵ポストに入れていて。もし出かけるなら鍵ポストに入れていて。
あともし出かけるなら
鍵ポストに入れていて。なんとなく
35万円。これ全部ナイトが。
デートしようか。
ごめん、ちょっと出かけてくるね。
Kind of like a play of what she said earlier when she left for the Kabakura Club. ごめん、ちょっと出かけてくるね。出かけてくるね。
描く。
It also be 描く or 描く。描いた絵。室長の描いた絵。
ほい、ご苦労さん。
はい、ご苦労さん。いいじゃん、いい彼女だ持ったね。はい、リコは最高の彼女ですから。いや、はい、リコは最高の彼女ですから。OK、はい、ご苦労さん。いいちゃん、いい彼女持ったね。いいちゃん、いい彼女持ったね。いい彼女持ったね。
電池切れ。
嘘、電池切れ。
魔法。丁寧。
クリームは詰めやすいように冷やしておきます。
クリームは詰めやすいように冷やしておきます。クリームは詰めやすいように冷やしておきます。
朝本の1号店、じいちゃんの店。
足元の1号店。1号店。そんな1号店。じいちゃんの店。足元の1号店。じいちゃんの店。
この度
この度。この度。
波切さんが来たらこれ渡して。
波切さんが来たらこれ渡して。波切さんが来たらこれ渡して。
姉ちゃん誰？
姉ちゃん誰？
なんだこ
なんだこれ。なんそう。彼女だか。姉ちゃん誰？
れ。一つ一つ丁寧に作らなくてダメなんだぞ。
ケーキは一つ一つ丁寧に作らないとダメなんだぞ。ダメなんだ。少ない。少ない。ケーキは一つ作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないと、
一つ一つ丁寧に作らなくてダメなんだぞ。
作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないとダメなんだぞ。ケーキは一つ一つ丁寧に作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないとダメなんだぞ。ケーキは一つ一つ丁寧に作らないとダメなんだぞ。作らないとダメなんだぞ。ケーキは一つ一つ丁寧に作らないとダメなんだぞ。
よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。Yeah, we'll keep that. よろしくお願いします。
リキュール
オレンジリキュール入れたんだ。
お前のシュークリーム食ったらさ、なんか懐かしくなっちゃって。
お前のシュークリーム食ったらさ、なんか懐かしくなっちゃってお前のシュークリーム食ったらさ、なんか懐かしくなっちゃって。お前のシュークリーム食ったらさ、なんか懐かしくなっちゃって。
どっか行くの？
どこ行くの？
あ、
どこ行くの？どっか行くの？鍵。
30、33、
Yeah.
34、
I don't think I need that.
33、34。
どういうこと？
それは
どういうこと？
カスタードクリーム
カスタードクリーム。
ありがとう。
Okay, we don't need that anymore.
ありがとう。
好きだったな
好きだったな、じいちゃんのシュークリーム。好きだったな、じいちゃんのシュークリーム。好きだったな。
5
番号5 number 1. Okay, good. How are we doing on there? I guess what happened here is I missed it once and then accidentally missed it. Usually for these, missing it meant I clicked on the wrong thing by accident. So these have been 11 in order. So that would have been. I'm still trying to figure out. I think that's 6 plus 5. So it's 6 initial plus the 5 after reviews. The reason why I'm trying to think about this is that, okay, these should now be spaced at 45 days. So that meant that after initial learning, you learn it 3 times. So after the 5-hour mark, 12-hour mark, 24, 48, 48 to 72, then it gets to a week, then 2 weeks, 4 weeks, which is the month. Then we got the 2 or a month and a half. So somehow after about 5 or so reviews, you get to a month and a half spacing, and then so that means 6 reviews, 90 days. 7th review will be 180 days to get to 180-day spacing, which is meant you should be hearing and practicing this about 7 times from just using this. That's not counting all the times that hopefully you've been rereading and listening to this but on your own. That's just like this dedicated review, sentence by sentence review. Anyway, I'm just kind of interested in that. I mean, the way spacing works with Memrise is definitely much better than Duolingo's ever offered. Maybe not as good as, probably not as good as Anki, because again, there's that 180-day max spacing, which is insane for people who know that, yeah, we're going to be putting a lot of words in here, maybe covering like 2 to 3 years. You don't want to be, again, every 6 months going through this entire drama again, because you probably don't even care. You probably have it memorized by then, like the entire, like you can use like speak out like paragraphs of it, lines of dialogue off one by one, sort of like you're hearing me do as well. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just again, what I'm keeping in the back of my mind. So yeah, these should all have 45-day spacings. All right, so that's everything. So we'll go to levels real quick. And I think, let's see, that was around about, should be without these subtitles here. So that was like the 11 reviews. Yeah, right there. Makasete kudasai. And then now it's coming in 45 days. So that should have been about, yeah, so 5 reviews gets to 45. So 4 was at 24. 3 would have been at 12. 2 would have been at 6. 1 would have been at 3 days. So I guess there's some of the initial reviews plus that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. See, 10, 24, 9, 12, 8, 6, 7, 3. 7 is 3. 6 is then 36 or so. Okay, we'll see about that. Alright, so probably it gets from 24 to 36 hours, and then from there it just starts with the doubling. So it tries to get to like, I'm guessing it gets to there, like, tries to build up to like, yeah, 24 hours, 12 to 24, and then gets to 36 days, and then from there it starts doubling. Yeah, so it's like 3, 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, and 180 is where it maxes out. Okay, that makes sense. Fun, fun, fun. This, of course, is other stuff we'll be getting into. Alright, so let's go to groups. I don't think different I do for Zettai Kureshi. I think is, I think, okay, get that working. Let's see, yeah, 45 reviews there. Alright, let's do the, right here. We're at 40 minutes, so I'll be, let's see, around about the hour mark, and this will be coming up. Okay, come here. Okay, alright, good. Alright, so this is do, so do the do. So do the do. Everyone do the so, then do the weird yo-yo, and then horse feathers. Boom, 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 boom. Do. Tame. Tame. Voice. Koe. Koe. Alright, so do the samurai on the little lined flag. Alright, koe. There we go. Poles. Alright, this is like North Pole, South Pole. Alright, so you can think about the tree with the little snare on it. You want to catch the animal, and its mouth points to the north, its crotch points south, and you want to draw a line under there to poles. Kyoku, kyoku, also like extremes. Right there. Kyokutan desu kedo. Mistake, machigai. Okay, so that's the, think about the mistakes. So in this case, you want to talk about your speaking mistakes. So you say something with the mouse, you might want to use your crank handle, and then use a tool to. This is like to give, and that's to speak. You know, when you give something, give a discourse, you want to own up or speak about your mistakes. Ayamaru. I don't really like that. Let's see. What else do we have? Ayamaru is kind of like apologize. Leather, kaku, or kawa. Alright, so again, that was the 20. Alright, and 20 mouths. And also that. Okay. Alright, and this could be kawa and, what else is it? Kaku. Kawa. Kawabunga. Cow. Cow leather. Home. Alright, this is a little different than house. Alright, so this is home. So you want to think of, where you hit your lock of hair down. Lock of hair. Taku. And that's it. Otaku. If you forgot. Otaku. What else we got? Consign. For some reason I forgot the story. It has to do with doing words. Consignment. Trust someone. Trust someone to speak on your behalf in your house or something. Maybe. No. That's wrong. Consign. That was this. You're just going to give them a lock of your hair. There we go. Yeah. Consign. Go up to the microphone, give someone a trust. Well, okay, I'm going to need more than a word. I'm going to need to lock your hair to show that I've got proof of your consignment. Let's see. Acquiesce. That's to make someone completely acquiesce or give in. You want to 3 times dunk them in water. Acquiesce. Alrighty. Uke keta. Guess I can take this off right now. To unfold. Okay. That's the. I'm going to unfold the flag at the funeral. Of course, it's a funeral, so you want to bring flowers, and you want to make sure the flag and the flowers stay on, so you hair it down with a hairpin. Unfold. Tenji. Tenkai. Falsehood. Alright, Batman would never do. Batman always does or do. Batman will always do a falsehood. He's got to lie. Okay. What is that supposed to be? Nisei? Right there. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. Got another 35 to go. Yeah. Cherry tree, sakura. Alright, it's a cherry tree, so it's a tree with an owl sitting on it, and a girl watching a girl who is watching the cherry trees, or is watching the cherry blossoms. Sakura. There's an older version of that, where, in fact, just for fun, I'll tell you. It's kind of weird. You find out, like, a lot of the later kanji, like in those other 3,000, you'll see. Is a lot of them just kind of do it. Like, you'll see something like this. Seashell, and then woman. And that's the older version of Sakura, I believe. So you also hear that refer to it as that as well. Just something that's of interest. Kind of like the new and older forms of dragon. Flip. Okay, so that's the... Well, you can imagine, like, there's the animal droppings in the field, and the birds want to use their feathers to flip over the little animal droppings to get to the bugs underneath. Han-i. Yeah, hon-i, hon-yaku. Hon-yaku is a good word to learn. Hon-yaku, translation. I see that word, I just always forget, don't know how to say it. I know what it means, and I didn't know how to say it. And, I know I'm telling you don't memorize pronunciations, but I'm so that comes later anyways. Alright, so we want to do the brain. Now what was the thing with the brain? It was you want to have someone who is also wise and owl, but sometimes use a brain for villainy, or for learning, or for villainy. Brain. No. Statue. Okay, there's that statue of Batman was as big as an elephant. So maybe the elephant came and knocked it down. Okay, Zo, or yeah, I think this is also pronounced Zo, right? Genzo. Also means picture or image. Mattis. Lengthen. So don't confuse it with long, although it uses that kanji in it. So you want to lengthen the bow to make it a long bow, which is comb and kind of like comb and hairpin bow. Bullet. Okay, so that's like a bullet. You know, in the past, people used bow. Then warfare became much simpler when they started using bullets, or killing became much simpler when they started using bullets. Simple. Tama. Stern. Okay, that's the stern-looking owl on the cliff overlooking at the daring punishment of the slave by the Indiana Jones, or maybe something. Stern. Kibishi. Yeah, Kibishi. Ogozoka. I've heard Kibishi, but not Kibishi. War. Yeah. What is it? I feel like it's simple and fiesta. Like simple's on this side. Normally you don't see it on this side, but then you see it like that. I get the feeling I got that. Something feels off about that, but yeah, senso. Yeah, is that right there? Yeah, I just don't normally see simple on the left side as often, but senso. Trouble. Or troubled. Alright, so let's see. It's the feeling of the mind. He is troubled. Feels like it should be whether the scarecrow, maybe it's because the scarecrow is he wise as an owl or becoming a villain in Oz or something. I don't know. It feels like that's troubled. Not Nayamu. Nayami. Raise your hands, you know it. Alright, so that's the wise owl. You could say maybe it's the one half is little grab on by the feet. You can also think of tool, but also be little animal feet if you want that. And then you want to raise your hand so owl can land on it. Owl can land on your hand. Ageru. There's different forms of this. Let's see, show, kill. Right there. Okay, good. What we got left? 25. We'll do. Sure. Alright, so it's supposed to be aid or a bet, but this is more of a positive, not a negative. So again, so that means the fingers of maybe ET's helping aid the flock of ducks that have been grounded, so he's gonna maybe help them fly, get up in the air so they can keep flying. Aid and abet. Let's see. O-N or Enjo. Enjo. O-N. There we are. Inverted. Okay, so that's the little mountain goat. Fell off the mountain and is now inverted on the road. Little mountain goat there. Boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. Inverted. Well, that's supposed to be Sakurao. Excuse. Okay, that's the rabbit. And yeah, right there. That's the Minkyo or Minkyo show, like your driver's license, your permit. Minkyo is your permit. Men. And I will say, pretty much, although you want to learn those 555 kanji, these second sets of 555, definitely the sets after this, it may be you decide, you know what, instead of learning it in bulk like I'm doing it here, you may decide that, you know what, since the kanji, since the vocabulary that Nuke Marine present is in kanji order anyway, what I'll do is I'll learn it, and then if a new kanji comes up, I'll learn that kanji on its own. You should already got the primitives down pat, and can make up stories on your own on the fly. You don't need to learn another 450 when only about 50 of them are going to get used in the vocabulary word you're going to be using in the near future. That same sort of idea. It's something you may want to do here as well. I haven't done a vocabulary count. I could do a scan of like you know, of the information I'm going to be giving you in this basic course. Here's all the actual kanji that are used outside of the kanji course, and you know, maybe you can make a determination that way. I'm still going to say an offer and say, you know what, you might want to still learn these kanji because you'll see it in other places besides what you're learning, especially with dramas. That's where the dramas are going to be kind of weird. That's because they're going to include a lot of names and maybe technical jargon now and again that will introduce you, you know. So having those kanji on hand, maybe it'd be better or not. It's up to you. I'm still going to learn them in bulk, or technically relearn them in bulk. But yeah, past that 555, definitely past the second set, the 1110. You know, the whole putting it off and maybe learning it as you come to it might become a better idea. And I leave that to you. The problem is, of course, you can't do it. It's easier with Anki because all you got to do is like suspend kanji you're not using and then wait till you then do a search for it. If you say, oh, here's a new kanji, search for it in the in your Anki kanji list and then activate that card. Now it becomes part of the rotation. It's again, it's up to you. Let's see, this is belong. You don't belong here. Alright, so this means tied to a flag. This is like the gems right there, and this is like the belted insects, belted to the flagpole. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like that. Is it? Yeah. The belt is last. I drew that wrong, by the way. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can see it's drop, mouth, belt, then finish the insect or the gnat. Yeah, belted gnat. Swing. All right, so that's kind of like that's where the. Now this is where the condors. So these are the or little mountain. Let's do this again. I screwed that up. All right, so they should be the mountain condors. So similar, you know, we pass between two mountains are the mountain condors. They're kind of like the mountain condor transportation service. So they grab your fingers and you kind of swing. Your fingers are grabbing a swing, and then they grab the swing and carry you across the mountain pass. You know, swing, swing, swing. Oh boy. Do-yo, swing, 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 right there. The elephant. Alright, so it's the, kind of like the zo right there. Boom, boom. Oh, sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Zo. Also used in, like, phenomenon or images or shapes. So it's rabbit head and pig body. Bird. Tori. Alright, so again, way he was starting, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, kind of like you're doing a distorted white plus the 1 plus the tail feathers. Tori. And I think if you remember doing that for island, you kind of remember doing the bird, but with the island it becomes Shima. Shimaguni. Tori. Slacken. Okay, that's the Spider-Man. It's like flying from a flock of birds or migrating ducks, and he needs to slacken the line or they're gonna yeah. Concerning. Concerning. Okay, yeah, that's about. There's got to be a better word for this. I feel like I need to. Yeah, that's the mutated Chihuahua. Concerning. Probably better ways of a better word for this. So Skeru, Junin, Ju, Shin, Kyoju. I don't know. Depart. Take a position. I think taking a position. Okay, that makes sense. Take a stance. Take a stance on. Okay, that makes more sense. Taking a stance on bioengineering. So chirp, you're just going to be thinking of, you know, definitely a bird chirp. So the mouth of the bird chirping. But this could also be like an alarm clock or something. Naru. It doesn't have to be just or some type of animal sound. Okay, cool. 15 left to go. That took a little longer, but I was talking a lot. Okay. Oh, 21. That's unusual. I guess we're starting to add some more to it. Alrighty. I might end up doing another 30 of these. Okay, let's see. The pirate code. Let's control delete. Alright, so that's the one where kind of want to, kind of like the pirate code. You can kind of want to bend the rules, but it makes it a useful tool for parlay. 10 kyo. Kyo 10. Ko 10. It's also 10, but den. Supplement. That means supplement with fiber and iron, or fiber from your cloak and iron from the dog tags. One moon, done, boom. Uda. Udagita. Different Uda though. Ho, ho. Okay, ho, ho. Kind of like capturing. Bottom. Soko. Kokoro no soko kara. So on the bottom of a cave. Saw the calling card. Rescue service. Well, it was be te. Teryu. Kaite. I think it's like tote. Tote? I don't really like that one. It's kaite. Teryu. Teryu. Bottom current. Yeah. These are not very common words. Alrighty. Catch. Okay, that's the fingers that'll catch the escaping person by grabbing by the dog tags. Boom. Tie hole. Tie hole. It's a good one right there. Now, apprehend and catch. Tie hole. Director. Okay. So this is a hanger, but the director needs to speak with one mouth, and that otherwise it's not a very good director. Joshi. Joshi. Kind of like boss. Director. Joshi. Echo, echo, echo. So this is in the hometown. The sound of a hometown is everyone has left. And hometown is like a little draping with the little cocoons everywhere. I was thinking of hometown like it's been invaded with the body snatchers, so there are cocoons everywhere. People tossing silver against the walls because they don't need it anymore. Okay, anyway, sound. Echo. And this is Hibiku, but a good one's Aikyo. Aikyo. Influence. So not an uncommon word, I'll put it that way. Compilation, that's a Hinshusha, so this is that type of compilation. I want to think this Spider-Man compilation of Spider-Man comics, which is in the door. I feel like there's the little comic books. Am I thinking that right? Hin. Yeah, right there. Hinshusha. Editor. Hinshu. Resist. Okay, and that's the little fingers trying to. Well, again, I just imagine it's Gandalf resisting, pick up the One Ring. The ring being the calling card of Sauron, but in this case, it could be your fingers resisting taking somebody's business card. Taite, tai, taite, 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 taite. Right there. Sink. Let that sink in a bit. Alright, so when you think of sink, alright, you think of water, so maybe you're sinking because of the crown, and I guess, part of me is like there's a Titanic story in here. It feels like there is a Titanic. Because there was a peg leg, there was a club foot, maybe it's like the crown, instead of the jewel, it was the crown. That's the sinking of DiCaprio in the water, spoiler alert. Shizumeru. Shizumu. Shizu. And that's also could be sinking like the sun lowering in the sky or the moon lowering in the sky. That would also be sink. Domesticate. So that's the food that you would use, using food to domesticate animals in order so they can follow your direction. Shirio. Shirio. That makes food. Livestock food. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Another. Alright, so we'll be doing 60 kanji today for review. Tome. That's one where you got to do the comb first. Right? Do the comb and then bound that volume up. So I remember kind of like looking at the book on its on the top edge. Yep. A bound volume. counter for book. Satsu, isatsu, nisatsu. Wife, suma. That's the one. Want to do one and then rake. Right, then you can do that right there, and now it becomes 10. Kind of like 10 nails raking down your back when your wife catches you on top of another woman. Suma. Spare time, hima. Alright, and that's where, again, spending all day, spare time in your day, getting a flag stapled to your back, and maybe getting kicked backwards in a box, stuffed in a box, or kicked in the crotch. Hima. Egg. Tamago. This is kind of like, again, Droopy Willow, so we want to do the 1, 2, 3, then I feel like I'm doing that wrong. That feels wrong. I mean, it's Tamago, so I mean, it's that one. Okay, I did do that wrong. Good, okay. It's stamp. Okay. So do that, boom, boom, boom. Now do stamp. Okay. Yeah, so it's receipt and stamp. Receipt and stamp. Sorry. Doubt. 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 The story's not coming to mind. Let's see. Utagao. Gi. Oh, okay. Geesh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so doubt. Somehow I have to think of zoo. Doubt and zoo. No doubt at the zoo. Doubt at the zoo. Doubt. So no doubt, zoo doubt. Okay. Then comes the spoon. Then comes the dart. Then comes the chop seal, and then of course the zoo itself. Okay, doubt. And that's gi. No, I completely forgot how to. Yeah, I didn't. Once I saw it, yeah, it all came to be. But yeah, doubt. Bountiful. All right, so that's the again when you bountiful is so great that it starts to bend the table. Boom. And that's what was the word for that? Yutaka. Oh. Right there. Head. Tama. Alright, so that's bean. If you want to do head, bean head, or table. There's a head of the table. It's the head of the family. Head. Table. Head. And that's a tama. And toe. Also toe. Faction. So I think the 3 factions of the street. The water faction, the drunks, the drag faction, the drag queens, and then the rag factions, the bums. Okay. Haken. This should be the ha of Haken, right? Yeah, it's the ha of Haken. Trade. Okay, so it's the that's the stamp. That's the ransom note, and for trade, it's gonna give it to someone to trade the money for the person. Trade SpongeBob for the Gary. Trade. Gary. What is that supposed to be? Also, ho. It's a bow. Okay. Bow. Parts of speech. Okay. So that's the words that help direct your language. Parts of speech. Sheep. And what is that going to be? Like hinshi. Session complete. Alright, cool. And what we got now? Another 20 to go. Jeez, are we getting more vocabulary words? Frack. Okay, address. So you think of address, you're going to think to address. It's not address, it's address. To address or talk to somebody. And there you want to say in the evening with the fingerprints. That's the mailbox. Right there. Okay, mailbox. So address, to address someone. And that's ateru. Aike sono tegami jibun no toku ni wa jungo no boku ni wa. I was thinking of a song, and in there was ateru, atete, tegami nara, atete, tegami nara. Jurisdiction. I just think of the scene from Matrix. It just where the cop is saying, take your orders and shove your jurisdiction crap. Take those orders and shove it in your head up your ass. Those orders were for your men's protection. My men are already thinking, no, Lieutenant, your men are already dead. Okay, here we are. Instant. Okay, so get stuff mailed off in an instant. You want to pay with silver, not just with stamps. Maybe silverback stamps. Instant. Yeah, let's see, soku. Right there. Oh, Bannon. Let's see, pattern. Okay, so it's a pattern of, let's see, use, reckless driving, also a pattern of crime. Yeah. Pattern. Oh, that's supposed to be Han-E? Han-E, maybe. Mohan? Shihon? Shihan? Yeah. Pattern. Oversee. To oversee something. That's the... Oh yeah, that's the slave Leia. You do slave Leia instead of Mr. Slave. She's been laying down on the floor, so the overseer gets mad and makes her go get up and wash the dishes. Oversee. That should be con. Con. Outline. Okay, and that's a outline of the silver-haired waitress. Silver-haired, and right there. And then waitress. Waitress, if you notice, like this, and you kind of see this little thing in three things. You see it with the, just for kind of show it. So things you've seen it on. So you've seen it here with sinking. You see it here with concerning, with the little drop, and then you see it also here with waitress. And there's also some other things as well. So I mean, if you want to kind of think of something that deals with this leg and club, this long leg and little short club foot, I mean, you can do that as well. I haven't done that, unfortunately. Maybe something that can help with the visuals. But yeah, this is the what was that supposed to be? Also, gainen. Outline, conditions, generally. Hope. Okay, so it's the, it's definitely the, Kibou. お客様の希望通りの, this is all key. Right there. 希望通りの正確アップのプログラム済みですので、cool. So I say to keep you want to order ice. You need to put ice on order. You want to keep your drinks cool, and you need to put some ice on order. Cool. And that's should be hieru. Yeah, hiyasu. Hiyasu is whatever another thing. And sameru, samaru could be it. Rei. So this is the Rei of Reizoku, I believe. Stamp. Okay, full kanji for stamp. So we want to think of a stapler, you know, that you use in case there's not. Well, they had to use staplers before they had to put glue on the back of stamps. They used staplers for the stamps. Shirushi, and also in. Okay, sure. Root. Okay, so these are the silverwares. Roots are the silverwares for trees. And you want to do the full thing of silver. This is ne, negishi, and hakone. Ne. Hakone, if you go to Japan, Hakone is a good place for near Tokyo, about 40 minutes, or maybe an hour away from Tokyo, depending if you take the romance car or not. And really good place if you want to go for onsens in the mountainous onsens, or spas, nature spas. Okay, so 12 more to go. Looks like I'm assuming. Okay, we'll do here. So let's delete this. We gotta do crime. Alright, send out the dogs. We found the right fingerprints of the criminal crime. This is a Hanzai. Call. Okay. So not that one. This is oh yeah. So this is the sinking lily pads. We want to do, there's a dropping, there's even. Remember, it's lily pads. We want to do the little straight down and then a hook, or a little, or like a hook thing. And this is yobu, yobu. Blood of my blood. It's a drop of blood on a plate. Cheap. Ketseki, eki, salt, shio kasho, salt. Alright, that's dirt, smell, food, and plate, yeah, sure. Shio, and this is N. Okay. Steel. Alright, so this is the non-violent type. So I'm going to steal something from the next plate, from the second plate. Maybe that's Lilo and Stitch stealing something from the next plate over. Steal. Nusumu. Also Toyo. Dogo. Entertain. Let's see. Okasu, okoru, kogyo, fuko, jinko. Kyomi. Kyomi. Okay, I know this. It's yeah, that's right. Okay, got it. Okay, this is like the entertaining himself with the dual wielding. Let's see, the one-eyed monk or something. I can imagine the guy from Office Space, and then putting it in his tool belt. Yeah. Have you seen my two dual wielding stapler? I told her be cake. Previously on the silver-haired waitress, silver hair. Okay, so we want to do silver previously, and then the waitress. Then the next episode, she's only an outline because she was killed by the tree roots or something. Outline of her reached a tree previously. Detain. Let's see what words. Tomato, okay. Oh, wait. That's right. You got say. Okay. Yeah, that's where you want to. Really want to say, if you tell me exchange student, I'm already going to know what this is, because it's a yugakuse or something like that, and that's where the keyword starts failing, and that's where all of a sudden, if you've already started learning vocabulary words, and the vocabulary words then become a really damn good clue for you to figure out, like, what the hell is the kanji they're asking for, whatnot. Especially if you want to try to write from memory. Or it's not a big deal, just something that comes to mind. Retreat. So advance on the Turkey Road. Retreat on the should be Silver Road, or sorry, should be that way. Silver. No. Okay, here on the Silver, not good. Silver and then road. Retreat. Tai. Retreat. Yeah, Tai. Silver. Tai Shoku. Rejoice. Feels like it's this one here because of that. I mean, I'm thinking of a negative rejoice, but you know, sort of like the. Let's make sure. Let's see, Yodokobu. Yeah, that should be Yodokobu. Yodokobu. Let's see. Yeah, so it was this one. Yodokonda. So it's the samurai drums rejoicing as they play in the. Yeah, so it was that one. Yodokobu. Right there. Okay, good. Next up, how many we got left? 5 more. Okay. So I guess we did a total of 75 dish. Sara. Okay. Oh, God. At least he wore a suit and tie. Sara. Acid. Okay, so let's see. Definitely think acid was being carried around secretly in the whiskey bottles, and it was like for protection of the the licensed prostitutes. Acid. San, and sanso should be good with oxygen. Evaluate. It's usually like yoka. That's when you make sure your words are spoken evenly to everyone. And sometimes when you do an evaluation of some interview, you want to make sure all your words are even or balanced or fair. You want to make sure you ask the same question to each person in the same way. And then you can just make sure everything else is the same except for their answers. And then that can help you do a fair evaluation. You want to think of it that way. But yeah, that's where yoka comes into play. Evaluation and value. Foster. Okay, so that's the what? Oh, Jodie Foster, that's right. Okay, so that's the thing. It can also be like a foster home, but Jodie, in this case I'm thinking foster. So we want to do Silence of the Lambs and make sure about eating. Foster. There's some ways you can do about it, but you know, essentially fall down to having wool and food. When you foster someone, you need to have something to wear and something to eat. Alliance. Alright, so it's the alliance. They put their symbol as being the sun and the moon on the little plates. Foster. Or the alliance. Well, that's supposed to be me, do me. Me. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's it for that. So yeah, that was a lot of reviewing. 70... actually, it was 90. 70 or 90? It was like 70 from Zettai Karashi and about 75 for the Kanji. Okay. So now it's like an hour 20. I'm surprised it took that long. But, you know, that happens. Alrighty, so that is good. You know, what I can do is like look at levels, so that was near the end. So you can kind of tell like right here, if I ran into it recently. Yeah, see, these are like 6 days or something, so I saw those recently. quite sure. Let's see. I don't think I saw these. That's the last one. Nope, hasn't looked at those in a while. So, yeah, eventually, like I said, they're going to start restarting from the beginning, and then we'll see it in, instead of those being 20 days, will be in 45 days. We'll start doing that as well. It just happens. It's just a way it just rotates through, and that's the fun part. Is you're all right. So let's go to groups. Maybe some other stuff came up for review. Again, just one more lesson, I'm done with this kanji thing. And part of me, I feel like, yeah, because I know I'm going to be telling people, even this one, if you needed to, you could bypass it. Like, because I think maybe you've got 100 of these kanji are used in the vocabulary, which I'm going to be set inside the course to learn, at least in the basic vocabulary. But maybe that 30 hours, these styles would be very useful. And if you just left it at that for the time being, and learn kanji as you come upon them, that could be a good use of your time. Because you may rarely run into, you're going to eventually run into all 2,000 or so, and that will happen. I can imagine that happening if nothing else. But when you get to 3,000, because again, I've got all 3,000 kanji set up to be taught in the courses over 6 parts, and part of me is saying, okay, do you really want to spend the equivalent of 180 hours, learning 3,000 kanji? Or is that extra 120 hours you'll be spending learning those kanji worth it or whatnot? And part of me is saying no. It's fun, and you can kind of see it's the easiest part of the entire language. In my opinion, except for hiragana and katakana, it's the easiest part of the language, because these are so structured. And you are kind of learning as if English needed this. It's kind of like you've implemented the emoji concept, and but this is like a version of the emoji concept. So you could take these and replace words in your text with these kanji, and you can still understand what the message is trying to get across. In fact, they've got stuff like that does it. One of the ones they did is they replaced the entire word. Another type is they try to put the kanji in the middle of the word. If you're a programmer, what I would recommend, and it's not too difficult to do, is just take a word and put the kanji in the middle of that word, that has a similar meaning to that, associated meaning to that kanji, and that could be fun. You'll be surprised like how well you get the comprehension from it. I'm not gonna do it. Come on, gotta clean off my mouse or something. Really dirty. Okay. All right. So I do got to get into it. Let me go and review some stuff. Look over some. See if anybody posted anything new, and then go on to learning the lesson. Because that's going to be about 40 minutes there. What am I doing? I don't have to worry about that. Review here. All right. Let's see if anything popped up. What do they talk about? If you know 900 kanji, you can roughly read a newspaper. Well, okay, actually, yeah. If you know 900 kanji and a bunch of words associated with it, if you know you can probably make out a newspaper. Yeah, you can read a newspaper with comprehension. Doesn't mean you fully comprehend it, but you do. There is some comprehension there. That's where people get this idea like, oh my God, you only got 1,999 kanji. You're completely illiterate. No, okay. One, if you don't know any vocabulary words that use those kanji, you're still illiterate. You're basically like somebody in Chinese trying to read Japanese. They're going to tell you they don't know what the hell they're saying or what they're reading. It will grow up. So you need to have grammar needs to, so not only do you need vocabulary, you also need grammar to understand how these words are being utilized with each other, how they're supposed to associate with each other, in concepts. It all blends together. Some people they feel like they've kept these things. They have to be used in unison for literacy to come about. With Japanese, if you don't know kanji, if you don't know vocabulary, you don't know grammar, you're not going to be literate. It's just the nature of the beast. Now, just because you know kanji, grammar, and vocabulary doesn't also mean that you know how to speak Japanese, because again, that's where you got to train the speaking part of it, which is again where the course is coming into play. And whatnot. So anyway, all right. I thought today was going to be a little shorter day, but it looks like with the 45 minutes, 45 minutes will be for the kanji course, and it's going to come up to about, yeah, okay, yeah, I should be good to go. All right. I feel like reading his a little bit. All right, so let's see what else we got. So we got earbuds for night exposition. I just keep a little speaker playing. I don't really like wearing especially earbuds at night. One, they fall out because I roll over in my sleep sometimes. The other times, I try to wear over-the-ear headphones, and again, it still falls out just because again, you move around. Then all of a sudden, you got it playing over there on the side, but you're not hearing a damn thing. Now I just kind of like have a little speaker playing. Let's see, differences in henshu suru, tosho, yo in lyrics, disparity between skills, how to study. I have a couple questions regarding kanji and books. Let's see what else they brought up here. You guys think an effective way to learn kanji. Let's see what else people have said. This question again. Let me read what they say. Like I said, I'm kind of pissing away time right now, but I am going to get to that lesson, don't worry. Okay, main goals limited. Want to say, is this a good way? Stick to one source. Don't know what you're doing. What do you mean? Kanji. Sorry, it's supposed to be learning. No. General opinion, no. No. Sorry, there's definitely a conflict of opinion, sure, but no, mnemonic methods has been confirmed by a number of people, myself included. Let's see. Let's see what he's doing here. That's unusual. I think you should have at least one word using. Really? Fine. Well, so apparently he doesn't want an opinion. He just wants people to actually agree with him. Okay. Really? I don't agree with you honestly. I think this method very efficient. Makes you learn the kanji itself. Okay. Which is what I said. What I was telling him is like split those things up into kanji different cards. Like in other words, don't have a card. Or if you're gonna just the meaning of that kanji. If you think kanji have meaning, have that as a separate card. And if you want to say words using that kanji, keep those as separate cards. Don't try to say here's this kanji, and when you look at it, you want to think of a pronunciation, 3 different words, and a meaning all on the back. If you don't get any one of those, you mark it wrong. Well, again, you're kind of like doing multiple things with that one card. Don't just create 5 cards. That's all. Again, I'm telling them to memorize the same amount of information. It's the same thing. It's over 5 cards as opposed to 1 card. It's okay. Let's see what else they say. I think you should have at least one word that uses yomi, and I don't know if he was meant to be answering to me. I think he meant to be answering the other guy on that one. All right, I'll let him, if he wants to go on that line, he can go along it. Okay, obviously he knows better than everyone else on that one. I'll still reply to him. I'll reply nicely. I'm probably in a pissy mood right now. Let's see, better suited. No. Otherwise, you just be illiterate. Okay. Everybody wants to just do speaking only. Okay, what else we got? Okay. Let's do a refresh. And what else we got? And nothing, doesn't look like anything's new. Okay, cool. Yeah, memorized quality can be hit or miss. Again, that's why I just, if the guys send me a link into it, I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? If you want to message me back, I'll hook you up. I'll leave it up to that guy. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably reply to that one guy again later on. And that should be it. Alright, let's do this. Got a statue. Here's the horse. So that's what we'll be learning next. The stroke order. Okay. Alrighty. 97%. Let's finish this up. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll take a break real quick, come back, finish that up, and then at the end I'm going to end with something called the karaoke, which I talked about. So yeah, so let me just do the break right now and get, since it's going to be the last lesson, I want to be a little refresh. Okay. Subtitle. Continue.
当社の商品は華やかさが命です。新商品のコンセプトもそこからブレない。
There we go. All right, so I'll be back in a few minutes and whatnot. Just gonna refresh the batteries a bit.
意見聞かせて
Water, coffee.
失礼します。リーコ、非常に気に入られたんじゃない？ないない、絶対嫌がらせだって。そんなことより、1週間で40万稼げるバイト知らない？何いきなり。40万でどうしたの？ちょっとね。ちょっとって金額じゃないよね。何か知らないから何でもするから。1週間で40万か。あ、ありがとうございました。またしけた顔しちゃって、今度はどうした？首ずくなったの？藤子さん、世の中で一番大切なのは女のミサオですよ。は？ちょっと、何があったの？お願いします。お金貸してください。
どういうこと？
それはちょっと言えないんですけど。
事情が分かんなきゃ貸せないでしょ。
ですよ。
俺は金ないっすよ。納品制です。
だね。そういえばこの前名前がないとこにあんたの彼氏来たよ。お金が必要なんだって。あの彼と関係があるの。
そういうわけじゃ。
それって秘密か？
何があったか知らないけど、私あんたに人生経験あんだから相談くらい乗るわよ。
ありがとうございます。でも大丈夫です。
どうせ金したって知ってるでしょ？もう絶対見るってなんですからね。
リーコおかえり。
また会えましたね。大家さんだったとは。
はい、大家さんです。こちらの方は？
俺はリーコの。
いとこです。田舎から出稼ぎのために上京してきたんですよ。あ、いとこさん、お名前は？
ナイトです。
内藤君。大家さんにはすぐ報告しようと思ってたんですけどね。まあいいのいいの。だっていとこなんでしょ、内藤君。
いえ、俺は。
はい、いいとこです。
気は仕方ないわよ。だって親戚だもの。それ何？
汗。
1週間で40万。なんとかしなきゃ。やっぱりあれしかないか。よし。ちょっと出かけてくるから。
どこ行くの？俺も行くよ。
いいの。
もう夜遅いから送っていく。
大丈夫だから家にいて。
いってらっしゃい。気をつけてね。
どう？ミサオちゃん。
私やっぱりいいです。
何言ってるの？うちは普通のキャバクラよ。ミサオちゃん、ちょっと。お金必要なんでしょ？
早かったね。
Alright, how are we doing? A little over 16? Alright, a little late. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. What am I gonna... Okay, I don't need that. So this. Goshime. Okay. Pause. Stop there. And like I said, after I get the vocabulary, the grammar and vocabulary done, be moving on to part 3 of that Zetai Kareshi and Kareshi, and the vocabulary, grammar and vocabulary, the part 4, and by then we're moving on. I'll do the kanji thing and keep on. Yeah, and I will do the kanji just for my own purposes, but part of it feels like I need this speed up everything, like I've been saying I'm going to do. All right, so let's go here. All right, so we got there, got my pen. Let's bring this here. Okay, RTK 74, final one. Final. And then karaoke. All right, sub karaoke. Okay. All right, last 15 to go, and we can start. So right now it's 1 hour 37 minutes and 10 seconds. It is the 7th of February. All right, let us begin, or let us end. Welcome. This is Nuke Marine, presenting the suggested guide for Japanese literacy. This is a course series on Memorize for teaching all the way from beginner to intermediate and advanced levels in Japanese. The current course is course number 8, Remember the Kanji Optimized, Part 2, which presents the second set of 555 kanji drawn from the second book of 2001.kanji.odyssey series by Coscom, and presenting those in the Remembering the Kanji order for more optimized memorization and learning. In this course, we are on the final. This is the final lesson of the course, lesson number 74. So 37 lessons total in this whole course. So at the final part, at the conclusion of this lesson, will be up to 1,110 kanji that you know using in English, and you've already learned about 1,000 vocabulary words that have used most, if not all, of the kanji in the previous. However, due to the concept of diminishing returns, these next set of 555 kanji, you may only use maybe 20% of them in the vocabulary list that I'm going to present, but you may also see them appear in the grammar, and also in the, if you've been doing the Japanese drama immersion, and definitely as you start reading in other Japanese media such as manga, magazines, books, newspapers. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, consider giving this particular video a thumbs up. If you found the channel interesting, consider subscribing if you have not already. And also, if you find some people who this type of methodology the channel presents is interesting or effective, consider sharing it on social media, either on Reddit, Facebook, or whatnot. You can share it with people who are interested in learning, self-studying Japanese, or also with people or maybe if you just like to advertise the course in and of itself. Would be much appreciative. Alright, so with that, we can now look over. Now again, this is the last set, so it looks like we're going to be bringing up a little bit of horse, which is a good one to do. Got some tigers, the Bruce Lee, the dragon, and then a formal dragon, and then a little bit some other mixtures here, which are common, which are going to be common kanji. These are words that aren't in the book 1 of Remembering the Kanji, but they are very common kanji that end up being used in Japanese. Such as dare and haku. It looks like a mayo or a nazomi. Alright, so with that we can begin. Preview. Alright, so to start, as always, we're going to have the Heisei keywords, which is related Usually it's related to the meaning of how the Japanese would use the kanji, but we also will be introducing other words as well that relate the meaning of the kanji to it. In addition to, the purpose of the keyword is to help you think of the story, to help draw the kanji from memory and also recognize it upon sight. Finally, as I will be showing you vocabulary words that the Japanese use with this kanji. The purpose is not to memorize vocabulary words or the pronunciation associated with the kanji. This is more for completion's sake and give additional context to this kanji to help you better write better create a story that conveys the meaning a little easier. The idea though, okay, but again, this is lesson 74. Nothing here is new. You're pretty good. In fact, by this lesson, if let's say the first 555 were really essential. These set of 555 were highly recommended because they account for 1/6 of by frequency all kanji use in the Japanese language. So the previous set of 555 was 75%. This is 15%. From here on out, although I will be covering those kanji, I probably will recommend after this point. When you get to if you start continuing on with these lessons in this course series that I'm presenting, past the basics. So I'll be having the intermediate course series. I'm going to have 4 other kanji courses that are going to cover another roughly 1900 kanji, and so again about 500 kanji in each of those lessons. And again, just as this one does, it's going to take 30 hours per lesson. Unfortunately, those 1000 kanji, like the first 2 sets, those 1000 are only going to cover 10%, like maybe 8%, maybe. And then those last 1000 are going to cover maybe 2%, maybe. And the question is about concerning diminishing returns. Okay, do you really want to spend 120 study hours that you could be dedicating to learning more useful vocabulary and grammar, or even dramas and whatnot, or on kanji that you're going to rarely run into? And I'm going to leave that up to you, the student, to decide. Because past this basic level, everything past this basic level, it's best to tailor it to what you want in life, or what you're approaching it. This is where there are actually tools where you can start generating vocabulary on your own based on what you're wanting to be interested in, instead of going it from a preset list of 4,000 vocabulary words called the core 6K, or the additional 4,000 vocabulary words that are called the core 10K. And again, it's going to be up to you, and the importance is going to be. And I think by this level, though, you'll have a very good understanding on what you want in Japanese, like on where you really want to go with it. Like, you want to go in a more structured manner, or a bit more self-study, or more unstructured method, but it's still effective. Either way will work, or a mixture of two. I'm going to be doing a mixture of the two in the lessons I continue past this basic level, and assuming I still continue doing these self-study streams. Okay, so with that said, I will be continuing on with this lesson, and also end up and I'll probably be redoing this speech at the end as more of a conclusion of it. But with that, let me just let's just start going into this. All right, horse. Okay, so this is used a lot. In fact, you've already seen this kanji used in a previous course as a primitive, but we're going to relearn it as its own primitive. And we kind of see what it looks like. It looks like long with the stick and then horse feathers. So it kind of looks like a turkey. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Turkey with the stroke feathers. But anyway, so this is a horse. Yeah, pretty much it's that. Uma, which is, uma, horse. Just really don't know what more to say to that. And also in relation to a Japanese chess game. Here we have is basha, a carriage, or a coach, or a wagon, a horse-drawn carriage. Keiba, horse racing. Okay, that's a nice one. Joba, an excellent horse. So right now, let's see, turkey with the drops at the with the drops at the top removed and the tail feathers at. So turkey without the 2 drops. Two. Yeah, okay, I can see that. So yeah, so not with the stroke. That kind of makes sense. So when you think of Pegasus, that was where Pegasus came into play. And why not have the whole bird? If you take the 2 drops of wings, then the horses that look like turkeys, but they have no wings, so it's prominent tail feathers. Okay, so that's so imagine like this. It basically been drawn the stroke like like a horse looks like a so a dropless turkey with tail feather, with the tail at it. Really nice, beautiful tail at it. let's see what Isaac has to say. So there's the horse statue. Okay, so this is going to get some weird. So some more. So I guess it's the animal group. So horse, pony. Okay, so here it's going to do horse. So mane, tail, feathers. Yeah, okay. So let's just let's do this. Okay, so let's look at turkey. Okay, so we kind of had the idea of turkey. We'll do it over here. Kind of had the idea of turkey. So you kind of see one. So if you got rid of that drop, all of a sudden you got 1, 2. Well, let's do this. Let's do this in parts. 1, 2. Drop. Then we're going to do the 2 strokes. 1, 2. Drop. 2 strokes. Then we're going to do the tail feathers. Drop. 2 strokes. And this will be horse. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Tail feathers, horse. Bound up tail feathers. Alright, so this is a horse, Uma. Now, if you see it in other kanji, kind of like I said before, think of it like being a team of horses, or if you do a search up Clydesdale horses. These are the real big fucking horses that are used in Budweiser commercials. Alright, and those are really good visuals, like team of horses. And so you don't want to confuse it with this, which is the sign of the horse. So this is one horse, like Mr. Ed, and this would be a team of horses when you see it in other kanji. Okay, so this is sign of the horse, this is horse. This is astronomical signal, astrological symbol. This is actual kanji for the animal. Okay, next kanji. So that's Uma, and also Ba. But yeah. Okay, here we have is parking. Could also mean, yeah, this is like a parking lot. Parking, stopover, reside, or resident. You're usually going to see it in parking or no parking. So here we have is chusha. Second word, parking, e.g. for cars, car parking. Chushajo is like with a parking lot. Let's see, here we have is chuzai, residence or stay. Shinchu, I'm not seeing it. Okay, I don't see the kanji, so ignore that. Okay. Wait, parking. So anyways, you had a team of horses, and you got either the lamp or something. So this could be for parking. This is where you put the Lord's lamps around the town to designate where horses are allowed to stay. Alright? Parking is in the dark may be difficult, especially if you are parking a Trojan horse. Yeah, he's using Trojan horse, but to lend you a tiny bit of help, take this candlestick with you to at least light the way. Okay. Trojan horse if you want to do that, sure. I'm not going to. So we got pony, verification, and it's one of our last group, equestrian. Parking, here we are. Team of horses, candlestick. Okay, so it could be a lord, so this be either candlestick or candelabra. So we want to do horse, so we'll do it in parts. We'll do 1, 2 parts, 1, 2, then this. Okay, so there's a team of horses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want to do the candlestick, representing the light or the candlestick you mark to designate where the horses are allowed to park, the parking spots. These could be kind of like parking candlesticks, sure. Parking. Chushajo. Alright, boisterous. So this could be make a noise, clamor, disturb, excite. Sawagu. Sawagu. There we go. Okay, so we got a sawagu, be boisterous. Let's see. Sodo. Strife, riot, rebellion. Okay, boisterous, or making noise or a clamor. Son, noise. Buso, dangerous, disturbed, insecure. Okay, but usually like boisterous or exciting or loud and noisy. Boisterous. Alright, so that's horse, crotch, insect. This should be a very simple story. Okay, the hidden Greeks inside the Trojan horse are getting boisterous as one of them is bitten in the crotch by a nasty insect. If they don't shut up, the Trojans will hear them. Let's see what Isaac says. So we got parking, drive, station. This is what we learned last group. Boisterous. Team of horses, crotch, ins. Now here, I just think though, think a team of horses, and if they get bitten on the crotch by insects, you notice they're going to start bucking and going crazy. So that's where, if you got to be in your underwear, see how crazy you act. So yeah, so let's do horse. Horse. All right. Crotch. All right. So in the horse's crotch, an insect crawled into the horse's crotch, and the horses all became boisterous or excited. boisterous, insect. Okay, sawagu. All right, so boisterous. Okay, so we got parking, we got horse, parking, boisterous. Next kanji. Okay, we got another horse here. Now we have is wonder. Now we have awe and team of horses. Now this is wonder. To be surprised, frightened, amazed. So odoroku is just to be just aghast or amazed. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Odoroita. Yeah, and that's what that is. Here we have is kyoi. I'm not seeing it. Okay, it's the fifth word, kyoi. Wonder or a miracle. Kyotan. A wonder, admiration. Alright, if you ever seen the, yeah, here it is. If you ever seen the Bush Clydesdales, you would know what the wonder to stare in awe at these awesome horses. I wonder how much one weighs. Yeah, so yeah, do it. If you don't know what the Bush Clydesdale are, do a search on that, and well, I'll tell you what, let's do it right quick. Let's do a search on them right now. These horses are huge. Let's go for images. Yeah, so you see how big these horses are, and they look really amazing. Usually you see them in Budweiser commercials. Okay, wonder. So awesome and horse. So let's go to here. So we got boisterous, burdensome, wonder. So we got awe, team of horses. So awe was we got flowery phrases, or so, and which is, what was flowery phrases, and then the taskmaster. So that means put in awe. I forgot what flowery phrases were. But anyway, so let's do this. So we want to do a flowery phrase. So you think awe. We want to think flowery phrases, which is a phrase is a bound up word right there. That's a phrase, which are used to say to put the awe in the taskmaster Indiana Jones. So flowery phrases for Indiana Jones. And then what we want to do is wonder. What does it say? Make sure I got the right word we're talking about here. Yeah, so it's about to be great in wonder. Flowery words were spoken to Indiana Jones, and so he spoke to Indiana Jones to get access to the place. Let's say he was speaking to express the awe of what the sights that he's seen, and maybe got him access to go and look at these. All right, well, let's do this in part. I'm not going to do this in parts. This is going to be too much. This first part is too much to write. Okay, so there's awe. Now what we want to do is team of horses. 1, 2, and right there. Then 1, 2, 3. All right, and actually this would be 2 stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is wonder. So we got awe, and we got wonder, and then flowery phrases. I forgot what flowery phrases was, but it's okay. That'll come in time. Yeah. I wonder how much one weighs. And if you're not sure about flowery phrases, or if that's a phrase, bound up word, you can use it. You can break it down into smaller parts. That's no problem. Okay, kyo. Next kanji. All right, so we're done with the horses. Now we're bringing on the tigers. This is called drama. Could be a drama or a play, stage play, or again a drama as in, like on a stage. Let's see what we have here. Geki, drama, play, or in this case a powerful drug. Gekiyaku, in this case a powerful medicine, strong poison. Gekijo, theater, playhouse. Right? So it's really drama and location. And Engeki, which is a play, a theatrical play. Alright, cool. So that goes right there. We're going to learn this is we're going to learn a bit about tiger. Not sign of the tiger, but we're going to associate with tiger. So let's go here. So we got inflation. So here we're going to do the first, the tiger, and then as a primitive, just the top parts is going to be tiger. So this is what we're going to learn tiger first, then we're going to get down to play. All right. Okay, so let's get this down. All right, so let's look at tiger. Okay, so the Bengali fable. So it looks like you got Harry Potter, what looks like the strokes for Sully, which was felt. So Harry Potter, the felt cloak, but instead of the hanging on the cover's crotch, in this case is learning 7, and then human legs. So maybe it's like Harry Potter and the Bengali tiger, I guess you want to say. So it looks like maybe Harry Potter went into Dumbledore's office and he saw the tiger pelt on the floor, so that could be the pelt on the floor, and Dumbledore tells about how it were laid down to just 7 men. The only thing left of them were their legs. That type of attack. Yeah, you could do it that way. I mean, there's not too much. Yeah, sure. Alright, so let's do this. So this is the first part. Now, of course, you do the leg. So, okay, so we want to think of Tiger. We want to think of maybe Harry Potter. And for some reason, he walked into Dumbledore's office. He noticed on there was the pelt. Instead of Sully's pelt from Monsters, Inc., this is the pelt of the tiger. Okay? And then in there, maybe I told the story about how this is a tiger that killed the 7 magicians. So 7. Actually, let's see, it should be that one. So let's do stroke order real quick. Okay, so you kind of see Harry Potter down. Now, it is the stroke and then the leg. The slice and leg. I thought that felt right. Okay. Yeah, stroke and the 7. Okay. And then so that'll be tiger. Now in this case though, if you want to finish it off, all you gotta do is, so there's the 7, and do the 2 human legs. So there's the little, maybe that's the remains of the 8th victim, or just all the 7 victims were left were just their legs. You know, that's the tiger kill. Or if you remember, oh, there you go. If you ever seen Monty Python and the Quest for, or in the Meaning of Life, or something like that. What was it? It was Monty Python and the Meaning of Life, right? But anyway, on there was about the tiger in Africa that took the guy's leg. If you want to think of that story, that could probably involve as well. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, so that's the tiger part, but we got to go, remember, we're going for drama. Okay, so remember the first 3 card is tiger. Tiger is something to eat. Captive, so that's the man is being eaten by the tiger. Skin, that's the stomach. The skin gets ripped open so the tiger can get at the stomach. Let's see, void, frolic, uneasiness, prudence. Here we are, drama. Tiger, now it's going to be tiger, pig, and drama. Okay, this is going to be easy. Alright, so now think of this drama. Drama of a boy and his pig. Now in this one episode, the tiger, we'll do it in parts, the tiger was attacking the boy's pig. Alright, so we're going to do the tiger. Alright, then under here we're going to do the pig. Okay, so there's the tiger. Now we want to do pig. He's attacking the boy's pig. Okay, and so the boy in this drama, in this episode, needed to protect his pig. So he protected the pig in this drama with his saber. Alright, and that's drama. So we have, this is tiger, you don't have to worry about that. This is the part we care about. That's the whole thing for tiger. And but this is really what we want here. Drama. Alright, next kanji. Performance. Now we're going to get what's called the sign of the tiger, as opposed to what we think of the animal tiger. So like we have horse and then sign of the horse. We're going to have tiger and sign of the tiger. So this is performance as opposed to drama. Performance, act, a play, render, or a stage. So here we have is engi, acting or a performance, enso, musical performance, and then koen, the second word. Public performance, a sumo expedition in a foreign country. So we got it's right here. Yeah. Now what we see is water, house, and it looks like one. Kind of like looks like. Okay, I remember seeing advertisements growing up with the sign of the tiger saying, "Put a tiger in your tank," meaning it will increase the performance of the drops of gasoline you put in. Okay, so this looks like yeah, water and tiger. Put a tiger in the tank. I think that's a story I came up with. I'm not quite sure. So let's see what we got here. So we got drama, tyrannize, deer, sort of like that, but with the recommend, jubilation, lovely, bear, ability, attitude. Alright, so here we have a sign of the tiger. So it looks like house, ceiling, oil spout, and legs. Kind of like I want to say, if you look at it, it also looks like the bottom of yellow. You ever notice that? If you take the flowers off, replace the flowers with the house of yellow, it also does that. Yeah, and compare with 1750, I think that's yellow. Alright, so let's do sign of the tiger, and then we're going to do performance. Okay, so we got there for tiger. Alright, so sign of the tiger. Similar to what yellow was right here. So you got yellow. Then think of this last part. 1, 2, and then right there. So that's yellow. So we're doing this bottom part. So for sign of the tiger, you want to say it's a sign. So it's about maybe the house of the tiger, which is dedicated to the spirit of the tiger animal. All right, and maybe it's going to be. In this case, it's taking the flour off the plate. So the salad, so it takes the flour off. So it's just left with the plate, one plate. And on there, it dedicates with the oil derrick or a scent of oil. You know, to maybe, who knows what you want to do this for. And then one plate, scent of oils. And then right there, the animal legs. So, or if you want to, like the house is, you know, take the salad in the house. You know, you remove the flours, just leave the meat or whatever, the crab legs and the oil, whatnot, to attract the spirit tiger, the sign of the tiger. Now, what we want to do is performance. This could be performance of a play. So this could be, in this case, performance sign of put a tiger in your tank. That was a story I told about ExxonMobil. I think that was when they used the mascot as a tiger. I think. If you want to, maybe it's the milk for the Tony the Tiger. Want to use Tony the Tiger for this? You can, as sign of the tiger, and use a real tiger for this one. That works as well. So there's the water. Let's see, performance. Put a tiger in the tank. Let's see what Isaac is saying here. Does he add anything? So we got house, ceiling, sprout. That's sign of the tiger. Then we got performance, water, and sign of the tiger. It's not doing much. Alright, so let's see. We got the house, and we just finish this up. So we do that. So instead of house, and then kind of like the bottom part of yellow. Like maybe the tiger was yellow. The tiger turned scared. When maybe it's domesticated. There you go, domesticated tiger. It's basically a tiger in the house that only eats salad. So he's already eaten the salad, and the only thing left is yellow. He's turned yellow. He's a coward now. If you want to do that type of methodology. So yeah. So sign of the tiger. This is performance. So maybe this is the performance of the tigers of the Siegfried and Roy's tigers. So instead of maybe white tigers, these are yellow tigers. You know, but you know they've already eaten they're already in the house, so they've already eat the flowers and salad. So the houses are replaced with the salad. Okay, you can do that as well. That one's going to be kind of giving me difficult. I can already tell. Drama I like. I've seen that kanji now and again. Let's see, next kanji. Alright, Quake. Alright, so from here, I think for the next 3 or 4, we're going to learn this part right here is Sign of the Dragon, which for I use is Bruce Lee. I just imagine the martial arts character Bruce Lee. You can create your own, maybe, you know, John Wick or somebody to represent a dragon, if you want. It's just, Bruce Lee is just kind of like a, in pop culture, I mean, it's in part of our lexicon now. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, first thing is let's look at this. Now I'll talk about Sign of the Dragon, then we'll talk about the Quake itself. So this is Quake. This is the earthquake. So this is the this is the sheen of Jishin or earthquake. Quake, shake, tremble, quiver, shiver. Furueru. Let's see. Does that have sheen? Nah, don't worry about that. Let's see. So shindo. The fourth word. Shock, tremor, impact. Shinsai. Third word, earthquake, disaster. The Great Kanto earthquake of 1923, Shinsai. And Jishin. This is one you're going to learn. Jishin. This is earthquake. Ground, quake, earthquake. Oh, just okay. So here we have Bruce Lee has magical abilities in his movie. He can conjure rain and earthquakes. Okay, good. Let's do this. Here's Heisig. Okay, so we got Sign of the Dragon. So it looks like, kind of like we did with, let's see, kind of like flag, but in this case you do cliff, 1, and then hairpin. Cliff, 1, and hairpin. Sign of the Dragon. Maybe you can imagine, you know, on the cliff is Bruce Lee, and takes out 2 hairpins. He's going to, like, you know, essentially take out 2 hairpins, and he's going to use those to battle his enemies, you know, because that's how badass he is. He's going to kill you with 2 hairpins. That's Sign of the Dragon, but yeah, let's do this. Sign of the Dragon. Alright, so we have Tiger, Sign of the Tiger, now we're doing Sign of the Dragon. Okay, so what he's saying, like, do cliff. Now on the cliff, you see the Bruce Lee doing the sign of the dragon. So he's carrying two. You can also do one hairpin, but two. Then you want to do hairpin right there, kind of like with long right there. This is sign of the dragon. Now what we want to do is take that sign and introduce it to Quake. So we got sign of the dragon, embarrass, Quake. So here we got rain and thunder and lightning. In this case, rain and earthquakes. So Bruce Lee, he brings for Quake, he brings the rain and the Bruce Lee brings the rain and the earthquakes. Like, okay, it's raining. I just imagine like it's raining. Bruce Lee does this little thing. Whoa! He stomps his feet down. All of a sudden, the earth trembles and shakes. You know, that's just him with creating earthquakes. So let's do rain. There's the rain. Boom, 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 boom. Rain. Boom, 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 boom. And let's do sign of the dragon. Rain. Boom, 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 boom. Sign of the dragon. Boom, boom. We'll do hairpin separately. We'll do either one hairpin. It's however you want to do it. I'm not going to judge you. What you do. And this is Sheen, sign of the dragon. All right, so do 1, 2, and then right there. All right, and that's earth. That's Quake. Quake. All right, next kanji. Shake. So we got shake and quake. Shake and bake. Shake and bake. All right, so let's imagine like if you ever seen what is that Bobby the Ballad of Bobby McGee or something like that. I forgot the guy. It was a Will Ferrell movie, but maybe if you want to think of shake and bake, that can do it as well. Personally, I just imagine Bruce Lee shaking his hand when he does a little woo or whatever sound he makes. You know, he's pointing a finger at you and shaking his hand like telling you to come on. He's ready for you. So that's shake. Different from quake. In quake, he stomps and makes the ground quake. This one, he's shaking his finger at the opponent, telling him, come on, make my day. Okay, so this is fudo. That means to shake. Let's see what we have here. Shindo, oscillation, vibration. Shinko, second word, promotion or encouragement. And fushin, third word, dullness, depression, okay. Alright, so shake, wave, wag, or swing. Alright, Bruce Lee shakes with confidence of his opponents by simply waving his finger in front of them. They know that each of them is a deadly weapon in there. They know each of the fingers are a deadly weapon in their own right. Wah! Okay. Alright, this is, we're weird. Okay, so anyway, we got quake, we got shake. Alright, so quake is in the rain, shake that finger at the opponent, shake. Alright, so you got the finger shaking, Bruce Lee is shaking that finger at these opponents. So let's do the Bruce Lee thing. Finger shake. There's Bruce Lee doing his thing. Go there, and let's do. It's however you want to do it. You can do 2 hairpins or 1 hairpin, however you want to do it. It's all good. Quake, shake. Sign of the dragon. Alright, next kanji. Signature. Or agriculture. There we go, agriculture. So this is sort of like bountiful. You remember about bountiful, like you have the bending the table. This is going to be agriculture. So this is or farmers. This is no. So let's see. No-gyo is agriculture, like literally agriculture business. No-gyo. No-gu, agricultural tool or farming tools, farming implement. Rakuno. Dairy farm. Really? Okay. That's a dairy farm. Rakuno. The most unlikely person in the world to take up agriculture must be Bender. Unlikely people in the world must be Bender and Bruce Lee. An awkward moment as they stare at the farming utensils, hoe, plow, both with the straw hats and blue overalls, drawn in Matt Groening's irreverent style. That's misspelled irreverent. I don't think that's my story, but okay. Did I do Bender? No, somebody else did Bender. Okay, so Bender and so we got Bender and Bruce Lee. So maybe it could be in agriculture. Yeah, okay, that's just how the story starts off. You got Bender, the robot, trying to help out the farmer, Bruce Lee, you know, and then all of a sudden that's when the enemies come to go and try to take him out. So Bender does his thing, which is run away, or joins the enemy while Bruce Lee fights him off. Agriculture. Okay, so this is going to be on a farm, or you know. So let's do Bender in 2 parts. 1, 2. Let's go Bender. 1, 2. Boom, boom. So Bender. 1, 2. Boom, 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 boom. Let's put him with Bruce Lee on the cliff. On the cliff with one. That's the way we're done. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, and this is agriculture. All right, so we got Sign of the Dragon, which you don't have to memorize, but yeah, Sign of the Dragon, Quake, Shake, and agriculture. Cool. Next kanji. Concentrated. All right, so it's dealing with the agriculture here is concentrated. Thick, dark, undiluted, concentrated. So koi, it could mean thick. It also means love, but koi is thick in this case. Ko, dark and thick, concentrated. No ko, density, richness, concentration, tension. So it's like concentrated thickness. No kon, dark blue. Interesting. And it's navy blue, by the way. And then we got no tan, light and shade. The shade of a color. Fair enough. All right. The agriculture of Florida is concentrated on concentrated orange juice. Just add water. The magic can of Florida FCOJ, Florida concentrated orange juice. Dumping it into a pitcher and adding water. And, okay, so that's what if you do remember agriculture. So you think of concentrated. You know, this could be also agriculture. Like there's Bender squeezing the concentrated orange juice. There's Dragon Bruce Lee stomping on the concentrated orange juice. So this thing concentrated. Think of concentrated liquid. And dealing with the agriculture of these two guys, these two weird-looking farmers. Let's see what Isaac has to say. So we got Quake, Shake, with Child, Lips, Agriculture, which I already got that, Ben, Sign of the Dragon, Concentrated, another thing. This refers to a thick consistency of liquids, element in thick consistency of liquids. Here we go. Alright, so we want concentrated. So we want to think of concentrated liquids. Look there, and this is concentrated liquids dealing with farming. In other words, you want to just ship the, use Bender to go and squeeze the juice out, or concentrated, and just the juice, and then maybe, I don't know what the dragon's doing. Maybe the dragon's using his body to go and, yeah, or you can just use agriculture. He's something like he's drying out just so it's making it just as pure as possible. Remove as much of the water as you can. Make it concentrated. Blossom. Alright, so here we got the golden calf coming in. This is mouth. So this is saku. So bloom or blossom like a flower blossom. In fact, there it is saku is to blossom. Evil blossom mouth of those. Okay, that way I can imagine, like from the mouth of a golden calf, you see what I imagine like the golden calf that the heathens worshipped is like in its mouth, or they place the flowers so that they bloom. Yeah, it's just a visual I think of. I don't think it's anything evil. Just again, just a. Alright, so here's golden calf. We already kind of covered golden calf on a number of things, but let's just imagine. So again, just think of the horns of the golden calf, and then think of the little body of the golden calf. In this case, it also could be kind of like heaven. So that could be related to the heaven thing, if you need to. That's how a golden calf. Now here we want to do is blossom, which I don't think Isaac brings up much. So we got golden calf, send off, connection. Here we have blossom mouth, golden calf. Alright, so I just imagine like if flowers are blossoming, the worshippers of the golden calf put the blossoming flowers in the mouth of the golden calf. Let's do that in parts. Mouth of the golden calf. And again, golden calf, this is a animal horns for that, and then of course the heavens. Kind of see how you can relate it to the two. And they're right there, blossom. So we got golden calf, blossom. That's primitive. It's not a real meaning. Yeah, this is primitive. I don't even know if it's an actual kanji. Next kanji. Oh, good. We're gonna learn dragon again. Now this is the full kanji for dragon. But anyway, we got attack. Attack. Different geki. That's a shu geki. Yes, this is shu. All right. So this is attack, advance on, succeed, pile or heap. So there's a let's see. Kasane, don't worry about that. That's not going to work. Oso, okay, let's see. Here we have a Shugeki, attack, charge, raid. Shumei, succession of another person's professional name. I have, okay. Keshu, heredity, heritage. Okay, but in this case, we're just going to think of as attack. Top 16 strokes radical for dragon. Okay, joining the meaning with the radical, we imperial dragon, basically. The two-headed snakes do exhibit our imperial dragon here, pet of the Chinese rare 300 slingshot, kept in a vase. When the emperor is attacked by neighbor, he wore the imperial dragon garment. Okay, that's one story. The way I kind of imagine, like the guy with the dragon tattoo. I see dragon, I always think dragon tattoo. So you see a guy with the dragon tattoo, but you don't see it. But when he's ready to attack, he rips off his garments, exposing the big dragon tattoo. Maybe he's a Yakuza guy ready to attack, and he goes on the attack. That's kind of how I think of it. Let's see what Heisig goes. Let's follow Heisig real quick. So we got Blossom, Ghost. Interesting, Ghost. Ugly, Soul, Witch, Fascination, Claude. Okay, and here we have his dragon, and I'm surprised he doesn't say this is dragon. All right, so let me just show you Imperial Dragon. Okay, we got dragon. All right, the reason is because we already had here is dragon, which was this right here, kind of like stand with the eel. All right, now what we're going to show you is the older form of that dragon, which was stand, right there. So imagine standing in this, so like standing eating a drumstick, and then okay, and what it was supposed to be is a slingshot, but let's see, 1, 2. So then what now we want to do is like doing what's called the slingshot. So standing there eating a drumstick, and maybe the dragon. So maybe this is like David and the dragon. Instead of David and Goliath, this is David and the dragon. So now it's standing there. So there's a dragon standing there eating a drumstick. So maybe David threw a drumstick at it to keep it busy. So there it is with that little scaly standing with it. Okay, so now we're going to do the slingshot, and we'll do the slingshot in parts real quick. Okay, there. So stand, turkey leg, drumstick. Now we want to do slingshot. Sling, right there. Okay, so that's sort of like sling, and we're going to finish it off kind of like bow. It's like maybe a bow sling might be a better term for it, because it has to be more powerful than just a sling, because he's going to be taking on a dragon. All right, so there's stand. There's the turkey drumstick. Here's the sling that David's sling, because he's going to be taking on that dragon. All right. After this, he's not going to use one sling. He's going to use 3. 1, 2, 3. So there, standing there. Okay, the dragon is just standing there eating a drumstick, so he's distracted. So there comes David from David and the story about David and the dragon. All right, and he's going to kill the dragon with 1, 2, 3 stones. All right, so that's dragon. Let's make sure I did this right. Well, that's Imperial Dragon. Imperial Dragon. So that's right there. So stand, flash, do the little sling. 12. There's a leg. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's Imperial Dragon. Now what we want to do is, now that we know Imperial Dragon, we want to think of the guy with the Imperial Dragon tattoo. He's on the attack. So what he does, he rips off his garment, exposing that tattoo. Now everybody knows he's fucking serious to go on the attack. All right, so let's do that. Let's draw it that way. And there it is, attack. All right, so here we go. All right, first thing you need to do is do dragon. We're going to do this in 4 parts. So we're going to do stand. We got to do this a little. Got to compact this. So this is a very, very technically a really complicated kanji now that you think about it. All right, well let's do the sling, and we'll do this in 3 parts. Right there. Okay. So kind of like do the S if you want to for snake. If you want to do that, just think of that as snake. Kind of like the snake dragon or a snake sling. Snake. Oh shit! Screwed that up. Okay. All right. So just do the sling, the long sling or the bow sling. All right, and then motherfucker. All right. By the way, that's gonna be a lot smaller than that. All right. So finally, then we're gonna do is garment. All right. So stand. You got to do this nice and freaking small. Okay. Right there. All right. So that's dragon. Now we want to do is clothing or garments. We'll do the garments in top hat and the scarf. All right. All right, so you can see it looks complicated and all, but it's not too much. I mean, you're as long as you know the parts of it, it's right there. Now we do the top hat and finally the top hat and scarf. All right, and that is attack. Attack. All right, so now every time you see this is that stupid tattoo everybody gets because it's the tattoo for dragon. Ooh, wow, yes, you're so freaking cool. All right, yeah, that's the tattoo for dragon. If anybody asks you, tell them it means earthworm. Sure, just to fuck with them. All right, and this is attack. Now, it's not it doesn't mean the only thing. It means other words as well. It's used in other words as well, as you saw that. All right. Okay, that was a long kanji. Let's keep going. The riddle, finally, an easy one. Astray, words that go astray. All right, now this gets weird. There's no, I'd have to go into book 3 for this, and I'm not going to, but it's just going to be astray and words. So this is nazo, a riddle, a puzzle, an enigma, a hint or a tip. All right, so any good riddles contain a few loaded words that are deliberately inserted to lead your thinking astray. For example, man is afraid to go home because of another man in the mask. But once he got there, he knew he was safe. Exactly what is going on in the situation. And the riddle, the word leads you astray is home. Afraid to go home because of the other man in the mask. Okay, riddle. So words that, a riddle are words that lead you astray. Now notice also there's a double stroke here for, this is the older form of, we'll show you. Let's go to the stroke order kanji here. Okay, now here it's only showing 1 stroke, but it'll, most likely if it's an older form of the kanji, it's going to be 2 strokes. Let's see, let's go right here. See right there, and yeah, in the font used in here, it's not that double stroke. So it might depend on the font used. So if you do one dash instead of 2, that could be fine. Yeah, as long as you can understand what's happening, then it's fine. All right, so here we're going to have is, going to do this again. All right, so let's do this. All right, so a riddle, words that lead you, words are intended to lead you astray. All right, so we're going to do words, or speaking to the microphone, the guy is speaking riddles, and they're meant to astray. Remember, astray is astray in the USA, so we're going to do rice, or maybe Hansel and Gretel, the story of rice. So they don't be led astray, and then birds came by and ate all the rice up, so now they were lost. Okay, and then now what you can do this twice or once. It's up to you. But old form of road is using two dashes instead of 1, 2 drops instead of 1. All right, so do 1 and then, or yeah, and then right there. Sorry about that. So that's the older one. So yeah, that's the older form of road. This is a new form of road. Okay, you might see this kind of like right here. I think the one in Heisig you see is like right there. You'll see it with 2 drops. The older the kanji, or the lesser used the kanji, more likely it uses the older form of road. Just because over time people get lazy when they start writing them. All right, here is who. Doctor Who, Turkey Who. Who's that turkey? Well, if you I'm showing my age, Jive Turkey. Maybe blaxploitation films. It's like, who is that Jive Turkey on his phone or on the phone, hanging up the phone? Who was that Jive Turkey or turkey, whatever? Who is that turkey? Gobble gobble. Who? Someone. Somebody. Who? Dade. Dade. Really, if you ever hear dade, this is the kanji for dade, and this is a very common word, so it's a very common kanji. But it wasn't in Heisig's. It wasn't in the Joyo, the original. The older Joyo kanji list, so that's why Heisig didn't have it in his book. Who let the turkeys out? Gobble gobble gobble. All right, again, there's I'm not going to be bringing up I could bring up Heisig's book 3, but I'm not going to bother. So anyway, so let's do the who. So go in the microphone. The guy's singing a song. Instead of the sequel to Who Let the Dogs Out, it's Who Let the Turkeys Out. Who let the turkeys out? All right, so this is nazo, riddle. This is dade, who, riddle, who, and if you want to, turkey who, sure, okay. Here we have is affix, so we got haru, affix, stick, paste, apply. I think also you've seen it with suku sukeru is also used as well, but mainly it's going to be hateru, haru. Fortune tellers write your fortune on a piece of paper, tells you to affix it to a shell and throw it in the ocean to come true. Picture, okay, so it's like shell or seashell and prophecy, or yeah, fortune teller, or it could be SpongeBob and fortune teller. So maybe SpongeBob gets used with to help affix us, being used to get stamps stick to him for safety. He was sold stamps by the fortune teller, and so he got affixed to his body. Affix. Or in this case, seashells are affixed with the fortune, and then they have to be thrown into the ocean in order to come true. Sure. All right. All right. So this is fixed. Okay. So you hear affixed. like I said, paste or apply. So don't. You probably want to be careful about glue because you want to think of glue gun. So, yeah, part of me is like thinking. I mean, it says SpongeBob, and you know, maybe the old fortune teller telling about the that one Davy Jones, Ghost of Davy Jones, and then maybe he has to put a bunch of affix a bunch of fortune stamps around his house so Davy Jones doesn't come and attack him. I don't know. I mean, however you want to do the story. Affixed. Haru. I think that's the last kanji. Okay, that's the last one. Alright, so 3 of these are from book 3. I'm pretty sure if I brought up book 3, he's not going to have any stories. It's just going to say, you know, microphone or words and turkey or words and astray. And then for that one, seashells and seashell currency and fortune teller. You know, he's just going to, however you want to do that. It's all good. Alright, so this was a 45-minute lesson. This is the last lesson, of course. We are done. I'm just going to have to go do, let's see, it's 2 hours 26 minutes. I'm going to have to go do the 15 minutes or so it takes to review. Throw them into my my mix. Alright, so let's go next. Okay, we're going to go levels. Alright, so let's learn these real quick. I'm just going to go through these fast. These are not that. Alright, so we got horse, parking, horse, uma, parking, chushajo. Come on. Parking, chushajo. Boisterous, odoroku, sawaku. What do I think? Odoro? No, I'm thinking sawaku. So okay, boisterous. Parking, reside in, residence. Wonder, awesome team of horses, Bush Clydesdale, Wonder, Odoroku, boisterous, Sawagu, Wonder, boisterous. And what should happen after you learn these words, and if you end up reviewing the sentences from the previous vocabulary, but the example sentences, you'll start seeing these kanji and a few of these, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. And it starts bringing a little bit more content to what you've already been doing. Drama. Oh, what is it? Engeki, I think, is a good one. Yeah, Engeki or Gekijo. Engeki, Gekijo sounds like good words. Alright, so that's drama. That's the horse. And drama, right there. Geki. Parking, chushajo, chusha. Boisterous, sawagu. Yeah, I don't know too many words that use it, but I do know about sawagu. Horse, uma. Also ba. Ba. Ta-da-da-da-da. Parking. Boisterous. Clamor, disturb, excite. Okay, horse. Boisterous. That's wondrous or wonder. Be surprised, frightened. Odoroku. Drama. A play. Don't cause none, won't be none. Chusha. Horse, uma. And wonder. Right there. And boisterous. Drama. Wonder. Drama. Wonder. There we go. Boisterous. Parking. Chushajo. Horse jumped over to the candlestick. The parked horse. Wonder. awesome. Admonish. Drama. Should be one more, right? Horse, Uma. One more after that. Yeah, it is. All right, drama. Geki. Geki. Okay, those are all good. Cool. Let us continue. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, performance, so it's N. Okay. Again. Engeki. Quake, Jishin. Performance. Quake. Shake. Agriculture. And I remember this one, Nodio. Shake and bake. Agriculture. Quake. Performance. I guess that was the problem. I was mistaking performance like how one does as performance like acting in a play, based on how the story was that I used. And that's where again it's useful where you know words on how the words are being used by the Japanese, and you can in the Japanese language, and you can definitely adjust the story to accommodate for that. And that, again, that was one of the weaknesses of Isaac. Because he wasn't really very descriptive on what these kanjis were really what it really meant. He just gave just one word. Yeah. Anyway, concentrated. Okay. Quake. Jishin. Nogyo, agriculture. Concentrated. Concentrated. Koi. Shake. Shin. Agriculture. Shake. Quake. Well, that's quake, not shake. Bum, da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. 僕が生まれたこの島の空を僕はどれくらい知ってるんだろう輝く星も流れる雲も流れの惹かれても泣かれないでも誰よりも知っている悲しいとこも嬉しい朝も I've got those words mixed up on that performance. I guess that could make sense. Performance where guy dressed as Tony the Tiger. Okay, I can buy that. Yeah. Shake. Ugh. Okay, performance. He's giving a great performance. That's concentrated. Agriculture. Oh my gosh. Concentrated. sculpture. Shake, shake and bake, shake and bake. Shake, 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 shake. Performance. Quake. She performance N. Okay. Drama Geki. Quake. Shin Jishin. There's also Shin. Concentrated. Boy. Okay, last bit. We are basically done for the day. Continue learning. Blossom, attack, dragon in clothing, blossom, saku, attack, that's a geki, right? No, shu geki, shu me, say shu, nazo, dare, shu geki, tak, shu geki, geki so geki, saku, blossom, nazo, dare, haru, nazo, dare, saku, haru, haru. Yeah, it's happening. Dare, saku, nazo, saku, shugeki, haru, dare, nazo, dare, haru, nazo, saku, shugeki, shugeki, nazo, haru. Again, sort of the benefit of already knowing what these words are. Let's see, dare, haru, and shugeki. Alright, so that should be it for that. Okay, so that's done. Let's go next. Alright, so let's go levels here. So right here, these are all coming up in 4 or 5 hours. This is after you first initially learned something. The ones from yesterday that I just reviewed this morning, notice they're coming out in about a day. So it went from 6 hours after that, separated day. And the ones the day before that were on the 6th. Looks like also about a day. Okay, and then it goes from there up to 6 days, although it's been a Not sure if I already learned those or not. That was 35. Yeah. 72. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how they're going to go. And then slowly, then these are going to be coming due again because I've already reviewed them over 3 or 4 days ago. All right. Yeah. So these all start becoming into play again. Let's just go here. Alright, so let me go and prep this for this whole karaoke thing. Make sure nothing else is review. Alright, so all my reviews are caught up. You probably see it like right there, so that's 100%. Alright, so right now I've got like 7,006 lessons or something of some form of words learned. It could be of all sorts of various phrases. I mean, there's 1,000 for vocabulary. That's a vocabulary word and and then a sentence. So that's 1,000 for. So you got 2,000 for every 1,000 words. Grammar has vocabulary, but also got sentences that deal with that. Then there's the dramas here, which could be a mix of, again, the sentences and the vocabulary. And then kanji themselves are all individual on their own. But either way, all total about 7,000 or something. I mean, 500 of those I wouldn't really count. In fact, I wouldn't even count 1,500 of those. The rest could be vocabulary word, which is going to be maybe 1,500 or so new vocabulary words, and then maybe a little more than that. And then, again, a lot of them are just sentences or whatnot, anyway, that's just how, the nature of the beast or whatnot. It's all good. Right now it's feeling kind of balanced. I mean, there's what I'm looking at as sentences, what I'm looking at vocabulary, what I'm looking at as kanji. It's a really nice balance up to this point. I'm going to be adding another 1,000 vocabulary words, another 1,000 sentences that way, another, I want to say 350 sentences for grammar on one part, and then another 500 or so for the dictionary basic Japanese grammar added on there. So that's another 1,000 or so sentences plus whatever vocabulary is there that gets added on. So this is going to be up to about 10,000, close to 10,000 by the time. Actually, it should be over 10,000 by the time I'm done with this basic course. Of all said and done, it's just fine. And then that someone who then completes this course in addition to like 4 dramas will be should be at a pretty damn good level compared to anybody who's put in a similar amount of time. There could be better ways, more efficient ways of doing it, but to do those, you are going to have to put a little bit of effort on your part in creating, and that's something a beginner may not want to try to do. They want to have something handed to them prepackaged, but you still have to put in the effort. I mean, you're not going to be. There's no way anybody can finish this, go through all 16 courses plus 4 dramas, and do that without having zero knowledge in Japanese. They're not going to be able to fake their way through it. I mean, barring actually having something else do it for them. It's just not possible. It just cannot happen. So at least you know that if somebody says they completed this, you know they got some degree of understanding of Japanese in some manner or some fashion. Either through listening or whatnot. I'm not testing listening. I mean, I could if I wanted to. Well, technically I am. Yeah, I mean, it tests in all things. Test listening, test reading, test knowledge, understanding of vocabulary words at a minimum. Both with kana and also, an ability to match. Convert from English into Japanese. So a little bit of translation is in there. Also, just straight Japanese audio. So, like I said, It's not complete. It's not fully complete yet. I mean, I do got to do some editing to it, but for the most part, yeah, this is a fairly set course. I mean, yeah, I'm getting excited, man, because I'm getting close to being finished. It's kind of getting me a little hyped because I can definitely see. And then when this is done, I move on into intermediate, and that's been kind of fun. I start intermediate from the beginning, but it's going to be it's going to have a different approach to it, but still, it should be fun. Looking forward to this. It's just something how I'm feeling. It's different than what I did like when I was doing vocabulary a few years ago. What I was doing, like, if I found if I found a new word here, I try to add it to my vocabulary deck. It turned out not to be a very good format. It was actually working against me because I was doing what was called recursive learning. So if in the definition or example sentence there was a new vocabulary word, then I'd go and learn that word as well, and it, recursively started adding more and more. It was okay. It kind of worked, but I think it just made it more complicated than it needed to be. Just worried about a word that's appearing up in drama is the best way. So worrying about learning words because they happen to be words that were in an example sentence to teach you a word anyway. It just anyway. Hard to explain, honestly. Right, all this is how I got it designed is based on again trying to fix mistakes I myself have made. All right, so this is that's Monday. Is it Tuesday? It's a Tuesday. That's right. All right, so let's get this prepped. I'm going to go here, and we're going to use Zettai Kareshi. So we'll come in here. Go here, we're going to do subtitles. So we're going to do that, and let's bring up here. Play as is. All right, so I'm going to have audio on this. Okay, so let's do view the playlist. Okay, now what I need to do is
昔これを何て呼んでいたか知ってるか？
愛しではないのですか？
ではないんですか。平安文学では悲しと読ませていたそうだ。
さすが部長、博識ですね。
好きですね。愛とはもともと悲しいものなのかもしれない。
ですが、このタイプ01の量産化に成功すれば、悲しい思いをする者もいなくなりますよ。
まずは適合するモニター探しだな。
01にぴったりのオーナー見つけてみせます。Alright, anyway, that was the idea here. And what I could do is like repeat it. Pause there. Alright, so Ayo Sasegu Nuku Roboto ka. Alright, so we'll leave that there. We'll keep that. Alright, let me. Yeah, should be fine. Alright, so let me just do the introduction. And so let's see, the hour is 2 hours, 47 minutes, and we'll say 30 seconds. And this is still the 7th. Alright, this is going to be about subtitle karaoke. I know it's karaoke in Japanese, but karaoke. So subtitle J-drama karaoke. J-drama karaoke. Okay. So let's say, in fact, let me just go back one. Alright, here we are. And welcome. This is Nuke Marine with the Suggested Guide for Japanese Literacy, though this is going to be a little bit different. This is actually going to be talking about Japanese drama immersion. These are course series I'm trying to build slowly on Memrise, dealing with Substat SRS and Japanese dramas in order to create some type of learning courses using actual Japanese dramas. Currently I have 2 dramas that are available, which is, or 3 dramas actually, but I only recommend the second 2, the Zettai Karashi episodes 1 and 2. And episode 3 will be happening in a few weeks or so. But the purpose of this is about called, now I've already studied these, but what I wanted to do is show is like if you go and, again, you've already passed the basics, so you're at the equivalent of an M4 level, and if you want to have some little spice in your life, you start learning using dramas, or, anime, manga, something, visual novels, all different ways. You learn in context, so as you learn into new words, you study it. So that's kind of what this is based on. I use drama because you also get the benefit of spoken dialogue from Japanese actors, and you can actually kind of mimic on how they're talking. What I did previously, I submitted a few days ago, I had submitted a request, something like that, a critique of my reading, and most people got feedback, and got feedback, really good feedback. Thank you all for giving that, by the way. And what I did is, one gentleman, I gave him a reply back, which was, let's see, make sure I'm doing this, let's see. He made a comment, so I said, okay, hey, well, here's one where my recording earlier where I'm trying to, this is one where I wasn't trying to mimic some actors, and then there was one where this was even earlier before that. I said, hey, here's me where I'm actually trying to mimic the actors, like I remember them sounding. And he said, oh, yeah, that sounds a little better, but still making a lot of mistakes. Okay, so that was me reading like lengths of dialogue. So I said, well, okay, what about this one here, which is me during my reviews, which showed me hearing the sentence, repeating the sentence, and finding the sentence and reading it out loud again, but while I'm actually reading the dialogue. And then he actually said, "Oh wow, that gets more and more natural based on each of these videos." But these are actually going in backwards. Like this was, I'd made that like for the thread I made it that day. This was like 3 days ago, and then this was like from even a few days before that and whatnot. So what I thought is, okay, you know what? This reminded me of something I'd wanted to do for a while now, which was called karaoke. So here we have Zettai Kareshi. Now there's two ways of doing this. I'm just going to show you let's say you do either on Anki or in this case Memrise. It's more difficult to create these on Memrise, much easier in Anki. But let's say you do create a subs to SRS study pack, and you've got all the subtitles from there. And if you go into like the review page, so it's kind of like, imagine you're going into the review, and instead of you're not reviewing this like now this is the karaoke part of it. What you want to do is you're just going to play one actor in a scene. And so in this case, hopefully it's like 2 or 3 actors, but you're just going to pick one of the actors, you'll be doing their lines, or maybe a couple actors' lines in reply to another actor. So you're not doing everybody's line, you're just doing 1 or 2 persons' lines. And that'll be your job. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this with Memrise, but let me show you real quick. Ignore that. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's do here. So this is Zettai Kareshi. Alright, so what I can do here, and this is running the subtitles. So what I can do, have my mouse hovering over the mute button, and I'll just read one part of it. So, for example, I'll do this for the first scene.
これを何て呼んでいたか知ってるか?
愛しではないのですか?
平安文学では悲しと読ませていたそうだ。
さすが部長、博識ですね。
いいですね。
愛とはもともと悲しいものなのかもしれない。
ですが、このタイプ01の量産化に成功すれば、悲しい思いをする者もいなくなりますよ。
まずは適合するモニター探しだな。
01にぴったりの女見つけてみせます。Alright, now what you're seeing here, now the drama starts playing and it's doing the music and the acting. This could be slowing you down. But again, you can kind of see it's fun in that you're seeing the show and you're seeing the actors talk about it, and again you can reply. In fact, you can go back from the beginning here and now play the other actor's part. So, like, for example, 昔これを飲んでいたか知ってるか? Screw that up.
愛しいではないんですか。
平安文学では悲しいと読ませていたそうだ。
さすが部長。博識ですね。
愛とはもともと悲しいものなのかもしれないの。
ですが、
Again, screw that up, I know.
このタイプ01の量産化に成功すれば、悲しい思いをする女もいなくなりますよ。
まずは適当するマナタ探しだな。
01にぴったりの女を見つけてみせます。
Now, the reason why I know where to, one, I've seen this show a lot, but also because I was studying it, so I know the lines. I studied it line by line. So now you're kind of putting it all together. 愛をさせ抜くロボットか. Alright, then it can go on to the next scene. So, but the reason why, if you want to do it here, it'll take it a little bit longer because you got to then let the drama do its own thing. And I don't know of there might be a way where you can do it where maybe there's somebody who can create a program that can mute audio at the right times based on, you just select on who's the actor you want to play, and then it knows when that actor's lines come up, it does it inverses the audio of that, the vocal audio of that, which kind of creates kind of like how they do with karaoke, do the auto karaoke, or you just maybe somewhere around the 1200 hertz range, they suppress the audio from like the 1000 to 2000 hertz, and which is around the audio range where the vocal range is at, and then that way you can talk over that line. Whatever. Anyway, I'm sure if somebody wanted to, they can create a program like that. But anyway, that's if you want to use your drama. You want to mess with the mute function. Another way of doing it is like right here. You can already see it's like Mukashi kore o nante yonde ita ka shitteru ka. And then what now? So let's do the second part. Let's say, okay, I've already finished that scene. Now this is other scene. I'm going to play this lady called Izawa Riko. So
今日寒いよね。これあげるよ。
ありがとうございます。あったかい。I screwed that up, sorry.
リーコちゃんってそういうとこ可愛いよね。
いえ、そんな。あ、飯崎さん、よかったらこれ、私が使ったんですけど。
シュークリーム美味しそうだね。
私、実は、石崎さんのことが。
僕でよかったら付き合うよ。
え？
相談でしょ。こんな気使ってくれなくていいのに。仕事のこと？あ、恋の相談かな。
いえ、そうじゃなくて、私、
ああ、ごめん。もう戻らないと。部長からの呼び出し。
あ、石崎さん、私のこと、どう思います？
いつも一生懸命で真面目な後輩って感じかな。じゃ
終わった。
振られた？
うん。
でもちゃんと言ってないんでしょ、好きだって。
言うまでもなく終わったの？
あったの？そんなこと絶対ないって。石崎さん、会社でもリーコに優しいじゃん。きっと脈あるって。
もういいの。ごめんね。こんな話に付き合ってくれて。
何言ってんの？友達でしょ。もしもーし。あ、
もう冷たい。
ごめん、ちょっと休養できちゃった。
あ、もしかして新しい彼氏？
彼氏。ごめん、
彼氏。
リコはこんな時に埋め足するから。ごちそうさまでした。
はい、どうもまたね。バカでしけた顔してんじゃないわよ。そんなんじゃいつまでも男なんてできないよ。
藤子さん。
男なんてできないよ。藤子さん。はい、私のおごり飲んで忘れちゃいな、失礼なんて。
失恋か。Alright, now I'm going to do it again. Now I'm just going to switch the roles. Now I'm going to be talking to Rico as opposed to playing as a character. Let's see. 今日寒いよね。これ、あげるよ。
ありがとうございます。
リコちゃんってそういうとこ可愛いよね。
いえ、そんな。あ、石崎さん、よかったらこれ私が。
シュークリーム美味しそうだね。
美味しそうだね。
私実は石崎さんのことが。
僕でよかったら好き合うよ。え？相談でしょ？こんな気使ってくれなくていいのに。仕事のこと？あ、恋の相談かな。
いえ、そうじゃなくて、私
ああ、ごめん。もう戻れないと部長からの呼び出し。
あ、石崎さん、私のことどう思います？
え？あ、いつも一生懸命で真面目な後輩って感じかな。じゃあ。
終わった。
振られた？でもちゃんと言ってないんでしょうか。好きだって？
だって言うまでもなく終わったの。
そんなこと絶対ないって。伊崎さん、会社でもリーコに優しいじゃん。きっと脈あるって。
リーコに優しいじゃん。きっと脈あるって。
もういいの。ごめんね、こんな話に付き合ってくれ。
何言ってんの？友達でしょ？もしもし？あ、
もう冷たい。
ごめん、ちょっと 休養できちゃった。
ちゃった。あ、もしかして新しい彼氏？
ごめんリコ。こんな時、ごめんリコがこんな時に埋め合わせるから。ごちそうさまでした。はい、どうも、またね。ああ、バカね。しけた顔してんじゃねえわよ。そんなじゃいつでも男なんできないよ。
男なんてできないよ。
藤子さん。
はいはいはいはい。はい、私のおごり。飲んで忘れちゃいな。失恋か。失恋か。Okay. Alright, so anyway, that was a... Alright, so there's also, what you can do is bring up there's also a text you can bring up if, in fact, let me just show you real quick. Alright, so these are all different ways you can do this. Personally, I like this form here. You can recreate this on Anki. I can't show you because I don't have any Anki files set up for SubSRS now. But same idea, you go into preview or review or do a search, sort it by the subtitle list, and I think when you click on the card, it'll actually play the auto automatically. I think I haven't used Anki in a bit for that purpose, so I'm not sure if that's still the case. But also if most of these dramas, if possible, they'll have scripts. Let's see, drama scripts. In this case was let's see, Zettai Karashi. Let's do here, right there. And you also just have the subtitles as printed out. And the way you can do is like read this. You can be in your head. You can read the one line and out loud, and then read the one line in your head, and read the one line out loud, one line in your head if you want to, kind of replying it. So it doesn't feel like you're trying to constantly be talking, because that can be kind of difficult to do. So anyway, so if you ever saw the previous thing I did, yeah, that was me trying to read through the entire subtitles instead of trying to do a conversation. It's like me trying to do both sides. It turned out it was actually kind of difficult. I was making a lot of mistakes. This, at least, I'll probably have other people review it for. Hopefully, people who are seeing this, because I post this on the subreddit for Learn Japanese, and have some people evaluate it as well. But the idea is like, okay, you can have fun with with practicing Japanese. Like again, in fact, what you could do is like. You have the subtitle files here, and you can go on. Let's say you go on Discord here, and you go into the general voice channel, and you can say, okay, hey, you've got your subtitle file, I got my subtitle file. All right, I'll play these parts, you play that. Let's go, and then you just practice talking back to one another, reading the scripts, whatnot, and have fun that way. I have no idea what this guy is talking about, but anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, right here in general voice, and it might just be Japanese only. You probably want it to be off topic, probably be general voice. If somebody's in there, pick some type of voice channel in there, and you join up and y'all can have fun. Like you can do like a, play 3 parts. If it's a 3-part discussion, do that as well. Just have fun going back and forth and critique each other on that. Yeah, again, so this is like the benefit, the fun you can have with doing drama scripts or subtitle files and whatnot. Yeah, subtitle files are probably the best, because then you can probably even put little notes there of which actor is saying it. I think there are some files that do that. All right, so that is. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. I thought it was like a really fun way of approaching the language. Let me go and shrink this down. Yeah, so anyway, that was a fun way. So I got 4 people that are watching. I'm near the end of the stream, so I apologize. I just finished the entire, basically I have done like 60 hours worth of videos that deal with teaching 1,110 kanji. And then what I want to do, because I did the last lesson of that today for that part, is, talk about the subtitle karaoke. Tomorrow I'm going to be starting grammar part 3, which is Tai Kim, essential expressions, part 2, the second part of that, and then which also lead in that group. I'm sorry, it's going to start Tai Kim's, essential expressions part 2, and also the equivalent in the dictionary basic Japanese grammar. So I'll be going over those, and I'm going to try to approach it a different way, with how I'm doing it. I'm going to start involving with typing. So what I'm going to do is whenever the sentences come up, at least the initial time, whereas with vocabulary words, I'll write those out by hand on here. Right, so what I'll do for sentences, then I'll have this brought up and I'll actually type it out and get used to being typing these out by hand as well, which is again a good skill to develop. And you might as well start bringing typing into your, if you're going to be studying Japanese, maybe make typing a part of that studying process, especially for the initial review. You don't want to do it when you're doing the later on reviews, that happen later. unless you want to. But like if you miss a sentence or not, just type it out and boom, you're good to go. All right, so that's anyway, that's the initial plan for tomorrow. Thank you for listening. This is Nuke Marine. This is the end of the stream. It's been fun today because again, got quite a few reviews done, and in fact, I tell you what, since I am officially done with the let's go review. No, wrong thing. I didn't want to look at that. Let me just look at the time involved. All right, so I started. It was in, let's see, sometime near late December. God damn it, I did it again. Sorry about that. Come on. Come on, pop, pop, pop. Slow. All right, yeah, so I want to go here. This is right there. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, started sometime near the end of December. That's where I started doing kanji near the end. So this is remember the kanji part 2. So right now it was 50 hours. So 30 of those hours were me doing like a video of me kind of like talking to the person and all that, and then 20 hours 6 hours of that was just me actually doing copying pasting, which is whatnot. So I left about 12, so roughly about 12 hours, 10 or 12 hours of it with the review process. So after you learn it, again, you spent the 30 or so hours watching the videos or doing the studying or whatnot to try to learn those kanji. Then you expect about half again that time as far as the review process. You just actually looking up the words and whatnot. And it took a little bit longer because I was writing them out by hand. If you don't bother with the writing, it can go faster, but maybe you want, at least for kanji, try to write those out from memory. Or if you don't, then also if you don't know it from memory, write it out anyway. And just get that trying to catch up with the handwriting, it can be a little bit of fun and whatnot. Yeah, and then obviously, of course, for the writing, for the vocabulary and the maybe write out each of the time you learn a new vocabulary word, but not for the review. And then also for sentences, use that for typing. Anyway, I'll be going over that tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, I mean, so I'm going to say this is 30 hours plus half, 15 hours, half that time again for the review process. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, because that's when I only did videos. And yeah, and so grammar is tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Looks like 4 people in the stream. So sorry if you just caught up at the end of this, but yeah, if you got any questions, I'll be. I could stop by Discord right here if you want. I can go into the voice channel. Let's see, is anybody in? Oh, there's somebody in Japanese only. Yeah, I could probably start by there. Japanese only voice. Yeah. If need be. Okay, anyway, this is it's been 3 hours. Time to end the stream. Thank you all very much, and I will be back tomorrow. Thank you.